Hello and welcome. Today is November 20th, 2025, and today we'll be playing V Rising. I'm your host, Xolo Q. I'm a Xolo Quaintly Reaper and Guide to the Underworld, and I'm about 10 minutes late. I started up the stream and suddenly had to rush to the bathroom. So yeah, I've been dealing with some unfortunate issues, to say the least. I am so sorry. Didn't mean to keep you guys waiting, but it is what it is, and when you gotta go, you gotta go, so it'd be like that sometimes, unfortunately. Hello, Mikey FPW, welcome to the chat, and also hello, Fat Panda Gamer, how are you doing? Hope everything is well. Hello, XZZZ00S, welcome to the chat, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, over on the YouTube side, I see you. But, yeah, so it's been, an interesting day, to say the least. Pretty much, well, not everything, but a good number of things went wrong, but that's okay. Hopefully the stream will be, well, there we go, another mess up right there. Hopefully the stream will be stable, and we won't have any further problems. But, you know, can't guarantee it apparently, but we'll see how it goes. It's been kind of rainy and messed up over here, so I'm hoping that it doesn't get too bad, but you never really know at this point. Anyway, I'm gonna put on some music so we can just chat, chill, and enjoy our time here. So for those of you who don't know, I am currently working on a library build. This is the front desk of the library and the book drop-off area, so there we go. So we got quite a bit of progress done so far. I plan to kind of work more on the other towers today. I started working a little bit on the alchemy tower, but that one's not quite done yet. And I think I might start over with that. Or over here, I meant to say, not start over. I'm not gonna start over, the build's fine. I just need to figure out exactly what I'm doing though, so. I definitely want to pick a wallpaper that is maybe a little bit more cohesive when it comes to like the flooring and the upper parts and all that. I want to create something that I can really look at with pride.
You've entrusted me with these souls. I shall guide them to the underworld.
Oh my god, we have Vindrash Vistrani coming in here with the raid over on the Twitch side. Holy crap, I just went live. Thank you so much, Vin. How you doing? How was your stream? What did you play? Or did you do something like something else? Were you just chatting? Like, what were you up to? I missed some streams. This is looking good. Yeah. It's perfect timing. Yeah, it's good timing. It's funny because like I literally was just like BRB because I had to like rush to the bathroom, and so I come back and I'm like, man, that was rough, and then I get a raid. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. Hopefully I don't have to keep rushing off. I'm kind of dealing with some stomach issues for a while now, and for different reasons, so kind of sucks, but other than that, I'm doing okay. Hope you're doing all right as well, Vin. Thank you so much for that raid. I guess for anyone who's new, I'll introduce myself, you know, for all the raiders out there and all that good stuff. In case you don't know, my name is Xolo Q. I'm a Xolo Quaintly Reaper and Guide to the Underworld. Basically, a lot of the stuff I do is just, I like to play a lot of survival craft kind of games, base building, simulations, city builders, and rhythm. So I kind of have a little bit of, you know, variety there, but not too much. So you won't really catch me playing like FPS games or anything like that on the channel, but if you're into that other stuff, maybe I'm the channel for you. So hopefully I get to know you guys better, so yeah. You were grinding and chilling on Warframe. I have never played Warframe, but I think I've seen you play it a couple times, but I've never actually played it myself. So I know like nothing about Warframe, so I have no idea how bad that is, or how, when I say how bad, I mean like how much grinding you actually have to do. I was just about to get started on my current build here. I'm playing V Rising, and I'm going to basically build a library. That's kind of what I've been in the process of doing. This is, I think, I forgot what number stream this is. Hold on, I gotta check. This is part 4 of the building a library saga, so there we go. It's a chaotic game, but the grind isn't too bad. That's good. Yeah, but my little library is coming out nicely. You know, we got some stables when we walk in. I'll give a little bit of a tour just to kind of refresh my mind here on some of the stuff I worked on. What the dog doing? The dog is building a library. Also, welcome to the chat. How you doing? Inim Gnak? I hope I said your name right. Or is the N silent? I'm not sure. Alright, I'm a BRB gonna eat. Yeah, Vin, if you have to go eat or, you know, do some other thing, no worries. Alright, I totally get it. If you need to raid and run or anything like that, totally fine. See, pretty great. I have no idea. Me neither. I also don't know. Well, that's that makes 2 of us. There we go. But yeah, so in my little library here, I have like kind of a little lounge. I might actually add a few more items and stuff here. I'm still working on this, so this whole build is still a work in progress, but I'm basically building just for the sake of building. I really like to build in this game, so gotta make my cool little castle, but library themed in this case. And yeah, so this is the first floor of this first tower. I also have a second tower, a second floor to this tower where we have some private study rooms or private study area, kind of the quiet area. So if you need to study for any reason, this is the room you go into. And then of course we have the printers. Well, these are paper presses, but this is basically the printer room. And on the 3rd floor, we have kind of a little lounge area with a nice little sofa on this side and that side, comfy fireplace, lots of books. And then of course over here, we have our meeting room. So if you needed to rent out a room to, I don't know, do like a book club or something, this would definitely be the room for you. So I've been slowly decorating this castle. I'm pretty happy with this first tower. I still have a lot of work to do on this castle, so we're gonna be here for quite a few sessions. I'm only on session 4 right now. I think my previous castle took like, I want to say 7 or 8 sessions or something like that. I'd have to double check, but it takes a while sometimes. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on. Right now, I wanted to work on the castle that is, sorry, the part of the castle that's all the way over here, which has kind of like an alchemy lab kind of area on the 3rd floor, but I definitely want the 1st and 2nd floors to kind of be figured out. And I also need to redecorate the walls and change out the wallpaper so that everything is uniform. So that's another thing too that I think I'm gonna do on this stream. So let's try and get that done. But yeah, I do a lot of castle decorating. That's probably what I'm most known for, is just like castle decoration and stuff like that, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's lots of fun actually. So I'm not really sure what kind of wallpaper I want to use, because at first I was thinking I could use something like this wall here, like this brick wall, but now I'm kind of thinking about the darker brick. I think it just looks a little better, which means I'm gonna have to change out all these pillars, which is fine. I like the pillars, so just gotta make it all consistent. The only thing is that the flooring here with this staircase, actually I might be able to replace the staircase, so let me see what I can do. I think I am gonna go with the ebonite staircase to see if that'll hold up well, and it looks like it will. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna be replacing the staircases. Unfortunately, it's kind of a pain to do so in this game, because when you replace some of the staircases, you have to remove like some of the attached parts from it, like the walls, for example. So in this case, I have to remove the pillars because it's not going to let me remove it otherwise. Same thing with these. And my I'm realizing now that my my spacebar is sticking, so that's not good. It'd be like that sometimes. Okay, so it's still not letting me. Why? Is there anything I'm still missing? I removed all the pillars. Castle pillar, castle wall. I don't understand. Unless it's this one. It shouldn't affect it because it's on the second floor. Not really sure as to why this one is not working. Let me see if I can go around and maybe remove this. It shouldn't be affected by second floor stuff, but I guess we can try and see if I can correct this. Because now I've made a grave mistake. Replacing the staircases in this game is like a nightmare. Like, you are insane if you think you want to do that. Like, it's actually... Oh, I think I know what it is. It might be the fence. Like, it's saying it's castle pillar and wall, but I think it's actually the fence here that's causing a problem. I should be able to... No? Okay, let me try this. Okay, so maybe it wasn't the fence. Because it tells me one thing, but it seems to want to do another. Okay, so I might not be able to go with my original plan here without basically tearing down the whole building, so I'm just gonna not do that. Let's just not, okay? You have to get the walls above it too? I thought I did. Did I miss the wall? Oh, the wall. No, I didn't get it. You know, it's just not worth the effort. Fuck it. Maybe I did. Yeah, because I forgot the... That's true. God damn it. I forget sometimes, like, which ones I have to, like, remove and which ones I don't. And when you have, like, a build with lots of pillars, it gets kind of complicated. Which, by the way, this looks kind of cool, like, low-key. Like, you know, I think I'm actually gonna leave this open. This was, like, an unintentional thing, but I kind of like the way it looks, so let's keep it, actually. So, let's, put some fencing here to just kind of keep it looking pretty neat, actually. And you know what? I think, the only thing is that I'm gonna put this wall back down to make sure it's covered. What do you mean sticking? What did you do? Oh, I don't know. Like, it's very, like... I don't know. My keyboard, like, it's just the space button for some reason. It keeps, like, getting stuck, and I don't know why. Like, every time I, like, try to, like, I don't know, use it, it just does... Like, it doesn't always, like... pop out of the thing after I tap on it, so it's like a delayed response, which kind of sucks, to be completely honest. But, you know, it'd be like that sometimes, as I like to say. We're gonna go with the pillars that we want. I think I'm also going to go back to my original, I'm kind of debating what wallpaper to use now, because I can't seem to easily change this. I mean, if I use something like this, this looks cool too, but I gotta think about this. I gotta weigh my options, because this is the wallpaper I had before. I think I'm actually gonna stick with the old wallpaper, and what I'm gonna do instead is maybe use a different well, because here's the thing, there's different wooden wallpapers you can use, like this one for example, where it's just a flat panel walls. It's still wooden, but it looks nice because it's still, like, you know, it still matches if I were to have stairs that are just wooden stairs. So I think I'm just gonna go back to that, and I'm just gonna stick to the original plan, but just change a couple of things, like, so that I'm not having to uproot the entire build in order to accomplish what I want. So I think that's what I'm ultimately going to do. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep these pillars that I liked originally. Maybe down here I might change... Well, I guess I could change it to something like a... like one of these pillars, which honestly looks pretty nice, so let's keep that. And I accidentally did the outside, but that's okay, I will fix it. Hopefully. Copefully, I will fix it. Yeah. That's what I'll tell myself, at least. Help me sleep at night, I guess. But part of the reason is because I decided to do some stupid shit, so that's on me. Okay, that's on me. I should not have done that. Mistakes were made. I could also use a different textured wall here if I really wanted to, but I don't think I will. I think I've had enough of this disaster in the making, so I'll just have to redo this section so it's not a complete mess. But I have to do it by hand because it wraps around naturally when you shift, and since I'm gonna use a fencing on the left side here, I'm not going to be able to prevent the wrap. So that's something I wish that you could change. Like, I wish that when you mass select a wall and it's connected to a fence, that means that, hey, this fence is acting as a wall, so you can't, you know, wrap all the way around with the wallpaper. But, you know, we don't live in that world, so it'd be like that sometimes. And of course I have another problem here because I've somehow managed to mess up my little bridge, but that's okay. I will fix it. Of course I can just use the same flooring that I used before that I really liked. I think it's the terracotta flooring. There we go. There we go, back to normal. And of course we can add our wall panel. There we go. Now we're in business. So now on the back, or the outside of this, I'm going to make sure it's all the same color. And then on the inside, all the same color. B-Rising just reached 6 million recently, right? Yeah, I saw a post about that on Reddit, but I wasn't like looking too closely to that, but that's pretty insane actually. I mean, 6 million for an indie developer, like that's a lot. Like even just for like one game only, like that's actually pretty significant. So yeah, that's super exciting. Also, welcome to the chat, Xeno Deity. It's been a while. How you doing? Pretty sure I see you in the comments section sometimes, but I'm trying to remember if I've seen you in. I'm pretty sure I've, you know, forget it. My brain's just fried. So everything's my fault. My brain is fried and nothing functions. I am sorry. I do apologize for the inconvenience. It's so minor, but I hope we get one day change or remove railings and pillar tops. Same. I wish that we could change the rooftops, because the rooftops are kind of odd sometimes. I'm really curious to see what they're planning to add or subtract in the next big update. I hope there's a big update again, because we've gotten a couple. So technically right now we're on patch, well, I guess the main patch 1.1, but I think it's like 1.1 something, or like 1.12 or something like that. We had a couple of hot fixes, and then we had like a rebalance for PvP. So there's that. Hello San X, sorry, I almost read your name backwards. Hello San underscore QX. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? Hello. Let's see, roofs too. I wouldn't say no to that. Yeah, the roofs, I feel like they need a little extra love, you know? It just doesn't seem to work out the way I would hope. But, you know, like I said before, it'd be like that sometimes. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is probably just add... Like originally I was thinking about adding a pillar here, but now that I've removed the top here, it kind of flattened out this pillar, and I don't really like the way that looks. Yeah, like why is it all... Yeah, I don't really like how this sticks out here. I kind of wish it just like, you know, poked through the top, but it's not doing that, so I'm just not gonna fight it anymore. I will resign to my fate, okay? I no longer have the willpower to fight the wallpaper. It's also amazing house built in once human. Really? What did it look like, Spidey? See, I'm doing great. Haven't been on your live before, but been watching your build videos for months. Really? Damn. You know, it's funny because I tried to like mention at the end of my videos like, hey, I go live 3 times a week because, you know, I do play a lot of E-Rising on stream. So I figured, you know, it gives me an opportunity to kind of like familiarize myself with peeps who watch my stuff. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. It's called the Spider House. Spidey. That house is probably just absolutely terrible. I'm assuming it's terrible. Thanks for the follow, Santa underscore QX. I'll try to get it right. I'm struggling. My brain is mush at this time of day. Like, I feel like, you know, it's a shame I can't stream like earlier in the day because like that's when like my brain's a little bit more active. But sometimes like I get to the, you know, into that decorating mood and then everything just goes to shit. Like I'm just like, it's like mush, you know? It'd be like that sometimes though, but you know, it is what it is. Just got to work through it and hopefully things go well. So I actually do have a question for you, San. Is it alright if I call you San? And if so, like which videos did you like watch, like as far as like the building videos, like which ones did you really like? Because I'm actually I just finished working on another video today, but I haven't uploaded it yet. I have to like fill out description and all that stuff, so that's gonna take some time. And I also have to prepare the file for the download, because like whenever I make tutorial videos and stuff like that, I've been starting to put them like, well, I shouldn't say starting, I've been doing this for a while now, but I've been trying to put them all up on my Ko-Fi so people can download it for free, like if they're over on the PC side. So I don't know if you're playing on PC or PS5, or if you just like the content, that's fine too. You don't have to play the game, I guess, but who knows. It's like a huge spider with a body made of glass, truly a masterpiece. No. Spidey, that sounds terrifying. You're telling me it's like a glass spider? That is disgusting. You know, I actually saw a Power World build the other day that looked, I guess it was shaped like a stadium, but it kind of reminded me more of a spaceship. It was kind of funny. It looked cool though. I think I'm gonna use a different... we're gonna mess around with some decoration items, actually. We're gonna have to put some... let's see, stand with boiling flask and burner. This might be good to put up here, so... maybe I'll put this here. Put another one here. And then maybe we'll put in... maybe some windows. I feel like this particular room needs some windows because it's not going to, I feel like it's not gonna be interesting enough without any. So let's add a couple windows here and there. Maybe add one over here too while I'm at it so that we can peek into the yard a little bit, get a little bit of a view. You know, just looking at this, I'm not really a fan of what I'm doing. So I might actually have to change out the panels here. Yeah, you know what? I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna change out these panels on the side here and open it up because this staircase has a really unique look to it. So if I open it up like that and put down, oh, I just thought of something. We can use the gloom rot walls, and then we can use the, maybe we can use like a green glass window. I mean, I could use the gloom rot windows too, but I feel like I want to be able to see outside of them. So maybe I might use like a... is this gonna work? Or do I want a darker green? I'm not sure which green is better. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with the lighter puke green. It looks kind of like a barf or something. I don't know. Let's see. Woes of a console player. I can't yoink that restaurant you made. Oh, yeah, that restaurant, the seaside restaurant, is probably one of my favorite builds. Like, when I was building that thing, I was having a good old time because, like, it was one of those castles that I just kind of built on my own without, like, well, some castles I build on stream, and I usually try to do a castle on stream and then a castle that's like, you know, on my own. But lately I haven't been able to do the on my own castles because I just haven't had time. I've been working on other content and stuff, so, you know, that stuff gotta be prioritized. But the good news is that I do have another castle decorating guide in the works that's going to be coming out later this week. So if you're like a member, like a YouTube member, you'll get to see it tomorrow. But if you're a regular viewer, then you, well, I shouldn't say regular viewer. If you're just a normal viewer, you get to wait till like Saturday or something like that. So it's not really that big of a deal, but I try to do as much as I can to try and you know, help people with some ideas and stuff. And I try to put out polls as well on the YouTube side so that like people can like vote on what they want. And basically I'm kind of following that, and it's been working out. Like, people really seem to enjoy it, so, you know, I try my best. All right, let's change out the doors to be like this. I like this battlement gate. I think this is gonna work nicely for this tower. And that's what we're gonna use. Just this tower, though. Cool. Yeah, this unintentional exposed garden on this side of the building is kind of neat, and I think I'm gonna try and maybe even like add something here, because this is the alchemy tower, so I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll think more about what I want to do with that. But I really like the way that the stairs look up here. I'm thinking about changing the foundation though, because I don't know, like part of me is thinking like the foundation is not really meshing as well as I'd like. But I also have like wooden stairs, so I have to be careful with what I choose. I could go with something like this, but I feel like this doesn't really fulfill like the fantasy of like, hey, I'm working in a lab. So maybe the old worn boards like this could work, or something like the long boards. I haven't used this one, like the workshop flooring, in a while. But I like how these have like stains on them, right? Because if you look closely, you can see a bunch of like water stains and things, which it's hard to see with this angle, but as you're walking around, you'll notice it. Like right here, like this little water stain. But if I like zoom in, you can't really see it. It's weird. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it, I guess, if I give it shade, like if I stand right over it. There you go. So pretty cool. I think maybe, since I haven't used this flooring in a long time, I think I'm just gonna go with it. It's a little bit brighter than the other ones, but it should be good. I like the way this is looking, and I think I'll also put up some wallpaper. Well, sorry, not wallpapers. I need books. That's what I need. I need books, and I need alchemy storage. So we're gonna go with some alchemy storage first. Let's see. Yes, the name is fine. I get called that a lot, and I have watched all the V Rising Castle building streams from last year and this year, and yes, I also play it. Nice! That's cool. I don't know, like for me, that's like, okay, I know this is gonna sound like kind of weird to some people, but like for me, like whenever someone's like, yeah, I watch like all your stuff, I'm like, really? Oh. It's just like, I don't know, it just warms my heart. I don't know, something about it is so wholesome. Thank you. And I know there's a lot of other people here who probably would do the same thing, and I just have no idea. And you know, it's funny because I know that there's probably like people who watch my videos like, and they never comment, and I'm always wondering like, you know, how is that person doing? Are they all right over there? Like I know they exist. I can see the numbers. I just don't know, like is everything all right? But I don't know. I don't mind the lurkers and stuff. I think lurkers are some of the best viewers too, because sometimes they'll like, you know, they'll follow and watch and, you know, silently just kind of enjoy the content. And to me, that's like the end goal. You know, if I can get people to just enjoy the content, I think that's a win. You know, because I try to make stuff that people will enjoy or find useful, and I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it means a lot to me. Not gonna lie. You think you saw? Oh, you think you saw the I assume the spaceship looking one that it looks like a spaceship at night, but it's not a spaceship. It's weird. Also, thank you for the hydrate, Catchy Kochu, the stretch, you read your curse, and the headpat epic. I appreciate that. I got more water than usual set aside today. Hello, Angel Degen. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? That's weird. Why is YouTube showing like people's tags instead of like their screen name? Like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes like when YouTube it like does its thing, it doesn't know what it wants to do. Like sometimes it'll show like the person's like, you know, screen name like on the platform, and other times it'll do the tag, and I'm like, why the tag? Like, I know who you are, but like sometimes people's tags don't match their names, so I'm like, what is going on? Your videos actually got me into to get V Rising, and afterwards I just continued watching your videos because they're just amazing. Love the vibe in these streams. Nice. If they connect one big and one small, then give it 8 legs, it would have been really amazing. No! Spidey, you're trying to like give me nightmares, man. You're so mean. Why? Why? Why would you want this? What's wrong with you, Spidey? Oh my god. Hello, Insane Spork. Welcome back. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. How is everyone? I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. Still dealing with some stomach issues, but, you know, that's been resolved for now, you know? So hopefully, things get better, because, you know, I really don't want to end up in the hospital again. Like I did last year. Let's see, sad there's no circular build in V Rising. A spider castle would have been possible. Oh my god. I'm sure it's still possible, but like, I'm not doing that. I'm sure it's possible. I'm just not, I don't even want to imagine what that would look like. Honestly, I'm like scared. Oh my god. You know, I think I'm gonna actually swap this out and put down a regular reading one instead on the side. I feel like there's not enough books up here, because this is supposed to be more of a library, but having a lab in the library is kind of cool. I gotta think about this. You know what's something else I really, really would like to see in their builds? Like, I really wish we had clear walls. Like, if you could put like fully glass walls with like no design on them. Oh my god, that would be so cool. That would, I mean, it would just elevate the look of builds so much. Like, especially because then you can make like greenhouses and things like that. That would be so freaking cool. Yep. As far as the circular build thing, yeah, that's been asked about before. I think I can't remember. I had an interview with Jeremy, I want to say like 2 years ago or something like that, and I asked about that, I want to say, and there was some kind of technical reason why they didn't want to do that, but I don't remember why. I vaguely remember asking about that, but I'm not sure in what context, because I've asked in like different situations, so I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. The wall equivalent to invisible foundation? Yes, but no. So like the invisible foundation you can't actually walk over, but I wish you could. Does that make sense? Like if you could float, like if you could walk over... Sorry. I'm gonna say no to your question, Fat Panda, and I'll explain. So like if I were to take... actually I'll show you an example. So let's say I have, you know... let's go with the invisible foundation, right? Wow, we can see through. It's literally a hole. I can jump down it and everything, right? What I want is a clear floor so that we have a floor that doesn't have all these rails and stuff, right? And you can just place that instead. and it's like solid, like a glass floor. Like imagine if like you can walk through your castle and see people downstairs walking around. Like that would be cool. Especially if like the glass isn't like too distorted as far as view. Like if you can like kind of see, but it's not too distorted, I think that would be like perfect. But yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind. I don't know, I might do a video talking about that too, because I've been thinking, I think it was you, Fat Panda, who mentioned, because I was talking last week about maybe making a video about like, you know, ranting on the things I absolutely hate about the building system and certain things about it that I like, certain items and stuff that drive me nuts. And that video idea is definitely living rent-free in my mind, so there's a good chance I might make that for next week. But I'm also potentially making a completely unrelated video on a different game because some other stuff has come up. But you know, it'd be like that sometimes. Let's see. I completely understand. I have medical issues with my stomach and colon, and it sucks. Ooh, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. Sunroof? Yeah, like a sunroof or a green room kind of glass door. See, glass floor to see all my friends stealing my resources. Exactly, then you can yell at them in real time. Yes, the rage bait vid. It's not even rage bait if I'm actually raging, I feel like. Happy to inspire. Yeah, like, I mean, I thought of it, but like, I'm like, I don't know if anyone would want to watch that. And then, you know, you were saying, you know, maybe. So I was like, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Definitely be on my radar, I think, as a possible video. Because, like I said, I feel like that's a really easy one for me to make, especially because I've been messing around with the items so much in this game that, like, certain things I just, every time I have to work with it or pull it out from, like, the options, it's like triggering. I'm like thinking, man, I can never center this thing on a column. It's never gonna be centered on that pillar. It's just not gonna work. And then I'll think about like the stupid shit I can do with other items that I'm like, why is this item so much better? These two are the same kind of item. What's going on? I watched the hell out of that more than once. Oh my god, that's funny. I might too, to be honest. I do watch my own content from time to time just to kind of remind myself what it was I discussed in like a previous video, because sometimes I have to like reference something or like cross-reference, and whenever that happens, it takes a little bit of time to kind of dig up the videos, but I can, you know, I'm working on a better system. I kind of need to, I'm kind of contemplating whether or not to get a NAS, because I kind of need a place to put all my streams and stuff, because every single video, every single stream that I do, I have a master copy of, essentially. So it's like, you know, I've been thinking from the beginning, like, where am I gonna put all this data? You know, I kind of need a place. So we'll figure it out, I'm sure, but, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. I guess I'm just gonna put on these creepy little lights. I think I'm also going to add in a... well, I know there's not candle stand, but yeah, this floor light might be good. I'll put this here. Hold on, is the flask facing the wrong way? Maybe. These might actually be backwards. There we go. Make a little bit of symmetry here. And I think I might also change out... I don't know, part of me kind of wants to change out this floor tile, just this tile, and then just move this up a little bit, just to create a little bit of more visual variety on the ground. But I have to really think about it. Thank you for the hydrate, bad shooter, fast runner. That's very kind of you. Let's see, it'd be like that sometimes. Now that's a phrase I've heard in every single stream that I've watched on YouTube. Thank you so much for that hydrate. Thanks for the stretch. What did you do over on the kick side as well? You know, I've had some thoughts recently about what to do as far as like celebratory stuff, because okay, so when I hit 300 subscribers on YouTube, I think it was like what, last year or something, or the year before, and I remember thinking to myself like, okay, I'm gonna come out with another video, you know, celebratory kind of skit video at 1,000, and I never did. I changed my mind, and I think the reason why I changed my mind is because at the time it wasn't a good time. I had like, I didn't want to pressure myself to force a video out, so I decided to just wait. And now I'm getting close to that like 3,000 mark, and I'm like, man, imagine if I just do one at like 300, 3,000, and then I have to wait a long ass time before maybe, hopefully, I doubt I would reach 30,000. I mean, maybe I have like no faith in myself or something, but I don't know. You feeling the holidays coming? A little bit. I'm not really a holidays person. I prefer Halloween. Halloween is like my thing, okay? I love it. It's my favorite holiday. But when it comes to like... Actually, I think I know what I'm going to do here with this flooring. When it comes to, whatchamacallit? Christmas, Thanksgiving... I mean, Thanksgiving is good because you get, you know, lots of food and it's delicious and all that good stuff, which is, I mean, fine. Well, at least here in the States is Thanksgiving. I think Canada already had their Thanksgiving, if I remember correctly. But, you know, the food is good, don't get me wrong. However, I think Halloween's just cool. I mean, you literally get free candy from strangers for no reason. What more could you possibly want? And you know what, I think I'm also gonna add in maybe like some thin ones of these. Kind of want to put something like right here, maybe. Actually, no, I'm gonna put them in the corners of the staircase right here. Oh my god, I can really push it all the way out? Holy crap, this thing is like on the edge, dude. Imagine you're like walking up the staircase and this thing tips over and just like, oh no. Okay, I'm gonna move this over because I'm like, I know it's not possible, but it makes me nervous looking at it, so I'm just gonna move it over. I was kind of hoping I could like not have to. There we go. And I think I'm gonna rotate them actually. This one's gonna go here. Damn, that's not gonna work out, is it? Right here. There we go. We'll have them facing away from each other. We don't want them talking shit about me. Not that that's possible, but you know, you never know. Can never be too worried, I guess. Hello, Super Xolo. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? See, same Xolo. I was born 10/22, so I'm kind of biased. That's fair. That's fair. I was born in like, well, my birthday just happened, so you know, it be like that sometimes. Let's see. You know, we stay chilling with the high socks, homie. I see you. I see you, Super Xolo. Thank you so much for stopping by, dude. You're the best. Actually, let me give you a quick shout out too while I'm at it. Go follow Super Xolo. He's one of the homies. Super chill and Super Xolo. There you go. So hopefully that works out. Super cool. Okay, here we go. I think I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. I think I'm gonna leave it alone. I was thinking about maybe, you know, doing these as well, but I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. This room looks complicated enough. I don't think I need to add anything else really, except maybe some more lighting on the pillars here. So I think I'm gonna take care of that real quick. Let's do pillar mounted lights. And we're gonna put down our little... Oh no! No, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Cool. Let me think what else we got here. Yeah, but as I was saying, I'm not really like a huge holidays person. I don't know, something about holidays where it's just, I don't know, this time of year is just kind of like back to back to back to back, and it creates like a situation where I have to be social essentially, despite not wanting to be. Because I have to go to like family gatherings and stuff, and I'm like, ew. I'm like, ew, why do I want to go and see family? Ugh, how could I possibly? You know how it is. Well, maybe. I don't know. Some people enjoy seeing their family. Okay, so this is not gonna work. We're gonna remove these, and I'm gonna replace that with a different light. But these are gonna stay put. Yeah, that's fine. And then I think here we're gonna take the eerie green. There we go. It's a little bit bright, but I think it's good. All right, so that part is done. Let's work on this part here. Maybe I might want to add some kind of herb storage. I don't know. I was thinking about making kind of like a botany tower, but I'm not really sure that's a good idea. I'm kind of on the fence. We'll see. I'll think more about it. Let's add some more of these though. Hold on, I'm too close. Uh-oh. That's not gonna work. Come on. Blocked by railings? What the? I have to go all the way out? I guess I'm gonna have to put something else in the center here. That's fine. Anyone watching the Miss Universe 2025? Not really. I mean, I haven't watched Miss Universe in like years, to be completely honest. I feel like it's always like a weird kind of situation, and like because beauty is so subjective, like anyone could like look at people and just be like, oh my god, that person's so ugly, hi, they're here, or wow, this person is so beautiful, how are they here? You know, it's like there's like, I don't know, like I feel like people get all like wrapped up in drama and all this other stuff, and it just kind of makes you wonder like who is getting rich off of that, you know? At least for me. Not really my thing. Interesting, but not really my thing. Well, occasionally interesting, I should say. Let's see if I can squeeze this right here. There we go. That's perfect. I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna squeeze these kind of things in between the shelves like this, and it should work out nicely. So I'm gonna add another one over here. And then we're gonna add in our storage. This is just wine storage though, or blood storage. Oh wait, hold on. I should be using a different kind of storage here, not just wine. I should be using the large consumable storage, because these have a alchemic look to them as well. So I think I am gonna mess with this first. And this needs to be tucked in. Judging sort of changes over the years as the pageant owners / organizers change hands. Yeah, I mean, there is that too. There is always that. I think that, I'm trying to think of, like, I guess the best way I could describe how I feel about those pageants is probably similar to how I feel about the Game Awards. I just don't, I feel so out of the loop that I don't really, like, for me, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. You know, another formal event, I guess. You know, I don't really see it as, like, a major thing, but I know some people are really into that, and they're like, wow, this is so cool, or whatever, so I'm not gonna shit on them. It's just not my thing, you know? Nothing wrong with that. I think I am gonna change out this wall here. I don't really like the way... Actually, I'll finish doing this first and then I'll change out the wall before I do something stupid. There we go. Oh, it seems to be out more. There we go. Now it's equal. Looks good. Alright. Let's get the right looking walls here. Problem is that if I place this, it's gonna have a railing, which I don't like. I could also use a different one, like this. Which doesn't look as bad, but it's also not great. I don't know. Then of course we have the wallpaper, which I have to reapply here. I don't think this floor I have to worry too much about it, but there we go. Then on the outside, I need to make sure it's matching the rest. There we go. Just to kind of create some more visually interesting areas, because this bottom floor is going to be the last thing I decorate, and it does not look that interesting. However, it does have like a creepy, like, boggy vibe in here, so I might actually work with that somehow. I'll have to figure that out. Let's see, the left yellow thingy is too far back compared to the other. Left yellow thingy. This thing? You mean this one? Hold on. Or is it this one? Oh, that's fine. The big space between here. Oh, you know what it could be? Because I think I... Hold on, let me double check this, because this edge of pillar, one square, one square. Yeah, it does look different, but I can't figure out why. Edge of pillar. Okay, so this side is correct. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me, but... I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. Or do you mean like upstairs? Let me check upstairs. Maybe it is upstairs. No? Nope, that looks symmetrical to me. Because if there is a problem, I will find it. I don't see it, but maybe I missed it. I don't know. Unless I fixed it already, you let me know. But yeah, I'm always paranoid about that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to, you know, miss something and then just like be going through my castle tour later and just screaming and kicking myself, essentially. I think I could squeeze in a little thing there. That's cool. It's not just you, Xolo. That one corner looked cramped. I know, right? Like I thought this corner looked cramped, but when you look at the lining, it's correct because you have, see that side? You have just the edge on that. Same thing with this. Also about one square tile, or not square, rectangle space. Sorry, I'm doing like mental measurements. And then a good way to tell right away is the flooring. So with this particular flooring, I can tell because there's like a circle, but you never know. The shelves are correctly, but take the yellow thing forward a little? Yellow thing? Oh, you mean this? You mean pull it out of the corner? Oh, okay, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it does look better. Thank you. Thank you. It didn't click right away. Thank you so much, actually. That was a good spot. Thank you. And you know what? I also need to restore this pillar. Let's do that right here. Oh crap, I can't do that, can I? Actually, let me see. So I restore that pillar. I want to restore this pillar, but the problem then becomes that there's too many pillars on the first floor if I do that. I think. Let me see. Because I did it on the other side, so maybe I'm just... Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna remove this, and there'll be no extra pillar on that side, but we'll leave that down, just like I did on that side. Yeah, good eye. Good eye. I was like, the yellow thing. And I'm like looking at it. I'm thinking like which, you know, and then you mention it that it's like too far in the corner. I'm like, wait a second. But yeah, that was a good spotting. I probably would have noticed that like when I'm going through my final checks, because that's something I do later, but the sooner I find it, the better, because then there's not, you know, I'm not like finding at the end trying to fix a couple mistakes, and that takes a lot of time, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That helps a lot, actually. Okay, so now we got that settled. Kind of want to put down pillars here. Just kind of keep this looking good. That way it doesn't look so, out of place. There we go. So this floor is not bad. I might actually put a carpet up here, though. I gotta think about this. Well, oh, you know what I could do? I guess I could add a couple of statues. I could put the Plague Alchemist statue here. Put the dude version over here. Have them facing away from each other. So when you go up the stairs, you can see them both. That's cool. I like this. Okay. And then against this wall, I'm gonna add, some books. As this is indeed a library. Yeah, but this alchemy knowledge tower is looking really good. Really solid. Let's see what else we got here. Blood presses might be a good one to mess with on the next floor. Haven't really messed with that too much. But yeah, let's look at the carpets first, see if we can get a nice carpet going on the second floor, because there's no like actual machinery on this floor, so I can justify it. Yeah, decoration carpets. Let's go with, ooh, you know what I could do? I could put a rug instead, like something like this. I do the dark version and just kind of put like this weird, like scrappy looking rug through here, like, I don't know, how many, do we have a smaller one? We do have a smaller one. I'm not sure if I want to do that though. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I don't get the movement speed bonus on this either, because I think they've updated it where you don't get that anymore. Yeah, no. Also don't really like the way it looks too much. I could also put down a gloom rot carpet, but how's that gonna look against this flooring is the question. Because like using a green carpet on top of a red and black flooring seems a bit weird. I could also maybe go with something a little bit more classic, like this one. Keep it simple so it's not like drawing too much attention from the eye. But if I do something like that, I'm gonna have to make sure I use the right kind. It's gonna have to be a four-way carpet if I do that. There we go. I always do it from the doorways because if I don't do it from the doorways, it's really easy to mess that up. Yeah, so it's correct. And let's try making like a light green. I think if I cover up enough of the ground, it'll look fine even with the red, because it's not like an overpowering bright red or anything like that. And I do need to add some lighting, so maybe I should do that first, actually. Let's add some pillar-mounted lights before I destroy the look of this area. So let's put this here and here. Okay, maybe I should have put it in there instead. We'll remove these. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're removing that. And I think I am gonna put some pillar-mounted decorations. I've got the Eye of a Perfectionist. Couldn't unsee it the second you place in the corner too far back. Yep. Yeah, stuff like that. Like, it's funny because, like, you know, like I said, I tend to catch things like that, but, you know, sometimes when you're the person, like, who's actually doing it, it's easy to miss. And I recognize that, so whenever someone like points it out, I'm like, thank God someone found this, you know? Super helpful. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we'll go with this. Looking good. I guess we'll leave those other ones alone. That's about as good as I can get this, but I am gonna need a little bit. I'm thinking maybe like maybe a brazier or something. I need some. Oh, you know, I could maybe do like a candle stand or something. Like, maybe like this elegant candelabra. Let's see, I can still walk around here if I put them here. But I want to change the color. I love that now you can change the color of these lamps because it didn't used to be that way. But I think I need to... you know, I'm overthinking it. I think having them like this is fine. And the reason why I put them on both sides is because I want a lot of lighting here, but... It makes me wonder if I should put two more. Like, if I should put another one over here. But I feel like it's gonna eat up too much... Oh, I can walk through here. It's not like I can't, but... I don't know. I think it's overkill. Put this down. Hello, Mage Flame. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? Thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's go back to the... Now that I got the lighting figured out, let's go back to the carpet. So, we're gonna change this up. I'm definitely gonna use the more chill carpet design. I don't want to use something with... I mean, I guess I could use something with a little bit of gold in it, just because of the design of the other thing. Let's see what that looks like. See, that matches the statues more. So it's really tempting to use this, actually. But if I use the plain one, it also has a nice look to it. Ah, fuck it. I'm using the shiny carpet one. There we go. And then I'm also gonna add the corners. Actually, that's gonna be a four-way carpet right there. Oh, I'm almost out of blood. Just gonna give myself an exquisite heart, so I don't have to worry about that. A new Freerun Season 2 trailer dropped, so very nice today? What? Wait, what? Really? I didn't know. That's exciting. Thank you for the stretch, PJ, by the way. Also, welcome to the chat. How you doing? Oh, there goes my neck. Big stretch. Thank you, thank you. Alright, I think we're good on this floor. I think I've messed around with this enough. And I'm pretty happy with how it looks, so we'll leave that alone. I think I am gonna add some more, the only thing I'll do, add some more pillar ornaments. I think I'm gonna add more of these, but they're gonna be like over here. Just right there in the two. Nothing more than that on that side. And of course, this is already blocked off, so no point in putting anything up here. Just double checking. But yeah, it looks good. I do want to add a painting or something though to the back of this. Let's go with that one. Add a cool painting there. Alright, looking good. You know, this is actually looking really nice. I'm kind of surprised that this tower came out as good as it did. I might have to change up the flooring downstairs though to match what I have upstairs, but I don't know, kind of on the fence. Let's see what it looks like with the other foundation. You know, I kind of like this more. And then I don't have to worry about the clashing colors a little bit. There we go. That's better. Keep the wooden feel. Alright, so this last area is a little bit more challenging in some ways because it doesn't connect fully around as a wall. So I'm gonna have to find out something here that's gonna work. I might make like a little lounge or something to just sit and read. I think that'll be good, like a little, not a book nook per se, but something a little bit more actually, because I almost forgot, I also need to add blood presses. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put down some blood presses over here, maybe like one there and one there. And then I think I'm also going to add in I think Devourer chests seemed like a good idea, but I hesitate. Xolo, you have a gift for building? I've been struggling trying to make relatively simple manner. No, don't say that. Don't say that. It's not a gift, man. Look, there's so many other people out there who builds, like, whose builds are like way better than mine. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I see some of these builds and I'm like, damn, like, I'm like falling over in my seat with like how impressed I am with like some of these other builds that I see. Like, I think I'm pretty like, I think I have a good way of like taking the objects we're used to using in one way and just like repurposing them for like something else. I think that's kind of my strength. Cause like I've built things like that castle with the restaurant, and I also built actually I think this was during, I want to say before 1.0, I built another castle that was like a Transcendum university essentially, and it had like classrooms, and it was basically like a college like kind of situation. It had like, you know, the dorms for like the president of the university, and then you have like their office and things like that. So it had a really nice like academy feel to it, which I really liked. I think that Gloomrock Castle is also one of my favorite builds as well, like as far as like the OG builds, because I really liked being able to repurpose like a lot of these tables as like desks and things. So I was able to do that kind of stuff. Let's see, I've got all your 5 simple underscore videos saved. They have always helped a great deal. I'm glad. I try to like give people some ideas of like ways they could just use the same objects over and over in like different contexts essentially, and for different purposes. So like, I guess I could spoil it, but the video I'm about to come out with is basically like general ideas. So it's like 5 easy ways to like upgrade. I forget exactly what the title was. Hold on, let me check. I can't remember what I just made today apparently. Hold up. It was called, oh, that reminds me, I also have to re-upload it because I found a mistake. 5 easy ways to improve your V-Rising castle design. That's the next one. So it's gonna be, as far as the improvements, it's just basically going to be like 5 examples of like things that you might see that are pretty basic, and like how to make them instantly look better, or like as if that, like, even if it's not a lot of work, just giving the look of more effort, I think a lot of times is like enough to kind of sell the idea that you worked hard on like a castle or something, you know, like, not that you aren't, but you know, stuff like that I feel like helps a lot. So that's the next one. That's going to be a more generalized one. And then I think after that I might do one on just designing staircase layouts, because I have a staircase guide, but I didn't actually decorate the staircases in that guide. It was more like trying to figure out the different layouts you can use to decorate the staircase. But in this case, I'm thinking about doing another one where instead I'm showing like design ideas for like, if I take the staircase layouts from that first video and then just like went back and recreated them with like new designs around it, I think people would like that. But that's gonna take some time to like because I have to look at the old video and see what layouts I use, because I don't remember them off the top of my head. I think there were 6 layouts. So there we go. I hope that helps. But yeah, I have that. I've also noticed over on the Reddit side, there's been someone who's been like sharing my videos a lot on the subreddit. I think their name is like The Roar. I don't know who that is, but they're super nice, and I if they see this video, thank you so much. Or if they see the stream, thank you so much, whoever you are. Okay, not all heroes wear capes. All right. If you ever make a foyer video, I'm pouncing on it. Foyer video. I have to think about that. What is a foyer again? Definitely not looking that up. Why would I look that up? There's no reason to look that up, right? Right? Oh, it's just the entrance or something. Oh, I see. I don't know. My terminology is not great. I'm not an architect, okay? But that might be a good one. That might be a good one. I'll consider it, maybe. I'll possibly consider it. I'm not really sure, because, like... I don't remember. I don't think I've done one on castle entrance layouts, like from the when you first enter the castle. I don't think I've done anything like that, really. I think the closest thing to that I've done were the castle throne videos. And that series was very different depending on the examples. Like that one I kind of went a little overboard with, I feel like, with just the amount of like decorating that I did on those designs, but you know, people seem to like it, so I guess that's all that matters to me. As long as people enjoy it. Trying to think if there's any other... I guess I'll put a couple more alchemy tables down here. Let's put one... hold on, I gotta back away from there. I wonder if I can fit a light or something, like a candle stand back here. Let me see. Oh, I can! Okay, alright, this is what we're gonna do. Put a candle stand right here. Oh, no, don't do this to me. There we go. Perfect. We're gonna put another one over here. We'll put one there. And we'll put another one here. And we'll just have like a couple of crafting tables. This one isn't far back enough. I'm failing at this. There we go. What the? Wait a second. Okay, so I can put it in. I'm just being dumb. Alright. For a second there, I was like, what am I doing wrong? And then the answer was everything. I'm doing everything wrong, apparently. Yeah, but that's not a bad idea for your video. See, that's the biggest trouble I've been having with my manor, trying to build an entrance with satisfying stair setup. You know, that might be something I can incorporate into the stair guide. I might do a couple examples of like entrance staircase situations, but I don't know. Maybe that could be a separate video. I'd have to think a little bit about it. Because the thing is, I've done so many different entrances. Like I had, like the Castle Throne video build where we had like there was one where like the throne was kind of like the afterthought, where the throne was built on the 3rd floor, but it was like behind a bunch of whatchamacallit, a bunch of stairs and stuff, but it was like at the top of the stairs in like a mini layout. And that one I think had a really satisfying stair setup. So I don't know. I have to think about that. I have to figure out exactly how I'm gonna lay that out, but I mean, there's quite a few different examples you could probably use for that kind of stuff, but It's not a terrible idea, I will say. I'll consider it. Let's see, what else we got here? That's not gonna work. I tried, but no! There we go. Wasn't trying to delete that. I should put them all in here. And I think I might open up this back piece as well. I'm kind of debating. I could also open up this side because it leads to like a little patio area, so maybe that might be cool. So I think I'm gonna do something a little different this time, maybe on this edge. So let's try and switch out the wall here. But yeah, sometimes like getting a stair set up can be quite the challenge, I am not gonna lie. Like, it depends on the size of the build, the shape of your plot, and a few other factors a lot of times, but I try to... What the heck? Huh. Oh, it just rode over it. Okay. It'd be like that sometimes, I guess. Alright, in this case, I think I'm gonna actually use a small... Well, sorry, not crafting. I'm gonna use some small blood presses here. Maybe I'll put like one right here, just tuck it in behind the staircase, because then it won't eat up the whole walkway. Like, that path won't be completely cluttered. And then I think what I'm gonna do is add in, oh my god, I'm losing my voice. Not good. I think I'm gonna add in one spooky little painting, but this one is gonna have a wooden trim, or wooden frame, and then I'm also gonna take, I want to add that there. Could put like a blood fountain here, that might be good. And then I think I'll take these, so this triple shelf wall thing I think will be good, because it kind of fits into what is here. And then I'm gonna add a couple of like smaller storage containers that maybe look like I have to think about this actually. I might put a couple of fish chests here. That might make sense, because then you can squish the fish in the squisher. Thank you for the hydrate, Majin. The stretch, what did you do? And the headpat. Bad shooter, fast runner over on the kick side. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That helps. Hello, Isekai dude. Welcome to the chat. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. You know what's another guide that I've been wanting to make but haven't like actually committed to making? I've been thinking about maybe doing a guide on crypt rooms, like building a crypt in your castle, because I have not really I haven't really built many crypts actually. So kind of makes me want to try it or something. I don't know. Something to consider. Because I feel like a lot of, you know, vampire castles should have a crypt. But I just never build them. And I don't know why. Like, it's not like I dislike them or anything. I just never think to build them for whatever reason. No, it's going alright. I'm just trying to, continue working on this wonderful, library castle. And also talking about some of the videos and stuff I've been working on and wanting to put out. But yeah, that next video, it's ready. I just need to extract the file and upload it to Ko-Fi so that people can download it if they want for free. So that's another thing. And if anyone's intimidated by that whole process, it does come with instructions. I do have an instruction guide for every single one. So whenever I make like a new layout or something that I want to export for people to use, I always take it and give it instructions so people know where the castle heart is, how to access it, how to do this and that, or whatever. So I have to go now because it's currently 5 a.m. for me. Holy crap, 5 a.m. I'm definitely watch the stream later once you post it. See ya. All right, thank you so much, San_QX, or San for short. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. It was nice meeting you. And again, thank you for the follow. Let's see what else we got here. So I think I am gonna add more banners down here like I did upstairs. And I think I'm also going to maybe add in some draperies or something. Oh, it's not gonna let me. I was hoping it would let me put the drapery down without removing the fountain, but it won't. Lame, but that's okay. It happens. Oh my god, I did it again. No! That is so lame. Actually, I don't really like... Wow, that is terrible. Look how this... Oh my god, I found something else to rant about. Here we go again. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this wall, okay? That is not how a curtain's supposed to look. Alright, like if I have... You know what, let me move this. I'll show... I'll make it more obvious so you guys can see it, because I have a lot of stuff over here. Okay, look at this. So we got two... I was gonna put this curtain down, right? But they're kind of like broken. But look how it bleeds into this wallpaper. Why? Like if I use a different wallpaper, would it do that? Like if I use something like this, is it gonna do that? No. So you're telling me that with this particular wallpaper, it's just going to bleed. Damn. I can't get a break, man. I can't get a break. It just keeps... Oh, man. That's not good. Shit. I guess we're gonna go with this one. I guess we're going with the green. Because apparently, this game doesn't like me and doesn't want me to do nice things. So I'm going to stick with this one instead. And I have to replace the other thing as well. Here we go. Decoration, wall ornament. Boom. That's unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. Like, I look at that and I'm like screaming internally, honestly. Infuriating. But yeah, it's like things like that that just drive me absolutely insane. Like, I look at it, I'm like, why is it clipping? Ah! I'm not screaming really loud because I don't want to deafen you guys, but it is annoying. I'm mildly frustrated by that. It reminds me of the stately red stone, which is slightly sunken in but doesn't allow items to be closer to it. Stately red stone? You're talking about the You mean this one? Oh, you mean the... Oh, you mean this thing. You mean this one, right? Or is it this one? Actually, this looks pretty nice with this, but... Not what I'm looking to do, but... I see what you mean. Oh, yeah, because it... Oh, that would... Man! You got me over here. I'm heated now, thinking about it. I might have to do some testing as well. Just go over every single little nitpick and just be like, I hate this. This item makes me sad. Just, it'll be like a whole video of me just being like, this is annoying. I hate this particular item, especially in this particular scenario. When you put it down in this particular way, it just drives me crazy. Oh. That's funny. One more thing for the exactly. Exactly. God. Let's see. You know, I might even have to start the video off by going, I'm not gonna talk about stairs, guys. I already know about the stairs. Because if I just talk about the stairs, I'll be like there all day, and people already kind of understand the frustration with the stairs, I think. I think I'm gonna use a black carpet here instead of a... Actually, I was gonna use green, but I feel like the green, you can't really see it. So maybe a black curtain makes more sense here. Just so it's actually visible. I mean, if I use a white... Oh, the white's more visible. Well, you know, I could go with the red. This is the part that uses the squisher, so... You know, with all the wine cases and stuff, I think red makes the most sense here on this floor. And I think I made a mistake by removing the, well, maybe not. Maybe not. But I think I'm gonna change my alchemic flooring here. And we're gonna go with this right here. As maybe kind of going around the sections. And this will just line the outside of the build. And only the outside, and the inside's just gonna be like wooden. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then we'll just throw the carpet in there. I think I am just gonna use a regular carpet for this particular piece. Yeah, let's stick with that. And I think I'm also gonna use end caps here. Keep this looking nice, but I'm not going to, what's the other thing? Make sure this is aligned correctly first before I do something stupid. Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, let's do a corner here. Because I don't have to make a complete square. I don't want to overwrite this area here, because then it looks out of place. I want it to look intentional that I had it like this. There we go. Love the game, but stuff like that is like a rock in the shoe. Oh no, yeah, dude, like that's a really good way to put it, actually. It's like mildly irritating. May cause friction. Oh man. You know, I think I'm gonna do something a little different here. I'm gonna put an end cap here, and I'm gonna reserve this space for like a seating area, and I'm gonna leave that alone. But I am gonna continue this side though. So it's gonna get a corner. Oh, that has a door, so it has to be four-way. This is also gonna have a corner. That'll be an end cap right here and here. There we go. So now this is nice and symmetrical. I feel like we need banners though, like pillar banners of some kind. I don't necessarily have to use the same ones I used already, I think. Let's go with something like this, maybe. There we go, because I already have lighting in front of the thingies. Got a couple here. I guess I could just add them all over here. Just fill up the whole pillar with the same banner. Should be fine. There we go. I changed this to like... No, actually I should have went with red. I changed my mind. It's okay. Yeah, because the red looks better, I think. It's easier to see against the green lights, especially in this case. Yeah, but like I said, there's so many like little things about this game that there's like you kind of wonder if it was like an afterthought or what. Like, so another thing that drives me absolutely insane, and I hate it so much, is the these things, the wide castle entrance, because the wide castle entrance, for whatever reason, when you color or paint, sorry, when you put in your wallpaper on the walls, it doesn't work on the, like this side beam. I can't like show it without it like moving, but if you move my cursor slightly to the left, that beam there does not cover with the new wallpaper, but they changed it so that the doors do. So why didn't they do it for that as well? Like, isn't that just like a copy paste fix? I don't know. I don't know how I'm not a developer, but I have a good feeling that that's not going to be hard to fix if someone were to actually go in and fix that, you know. Maybe it's just me, but something to think about. I think this room is pretty good for now. I might want to add, well, maybe I lied. I think this area seems a little plain. I think I'm gonna put maybe just a single press right here, blood press. Can't really, I mean, I guess I could do it for this side, huh? Do it for this side. Kind of in the middle of the thing, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm gonna put down like a little seating area that's like kind of outdoorsy. So I'm gonna use the garden furniture. We're gonna use a noble garden table. Plop it right in the center of this thing and just kind of move it around so that anyone can just sit down and relax and enjoy that. But I also want to add in like a flying light. I'm thinking like this elegant chandelier maybe. Oh, did I get it on the first try? I think I did. I think I aligned it first try. Nice. Perfect. Hello, Deep Snipe. Welcome to the chat. Hey, I'm here hanging out quietly while you stream. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Welcome back, by the way. All right. So I think this is good, but I'm gonna remove this. I don't think I need the lights here, and instead I'm just gonna put down the pillar ornaments. I think it's this one. Hold on. Was it this one? No. Is it this one? No. This one? Or this one? It's this one. Okay. I had to experiment a little there. Figure out which one it was, but there we go. Yeah, so this whole alchemy area is looking really good. I don't know, it looks kind of weird without this carpet extending, so I'm gonna take a different carpet and just kind of put it down like a little rug or something. Like right underneath it, and I think it's just gonna be perfect. There we go. Circular rug. Cool! Not bad. I could also add in maybe some flowers or something down here, maybe, but meh. I think I'm gonna add in instead like some bookcases or something like this one. Damn. It's making me want to push it forward so far, but that's what happens when you have a fence, I guess. Alright, there we go. We got a nice green carpet up here. Looking good. Nothing weird. And this floor looking pretty good. It's a little bright up here, though. So kind of think about moving this over here instead. Yeah, you know what? I think I am gonna do that. It's just too bright. What did I do up here? I removed this, didn't I? So I'm gonna have to remove this as well. There we go. That way it's not too, like, overbearing in the center. This part right here might be overdoing it too. But I think what... Oh no, it doesn't make sense to add banners, does it? Oh well, we'll just leave that alone and head downstairs. But yeah, I think this alchemy tower is pretty much done. I think I've done all the stuff I wanted to do down here. Looks good. Pretty nice, pretty cohesive look. And then of course this tower I was thinking about making it into some kind of like, you know, sorry, not, what's the word? Like a botany tower, maybe, where it's like mostly flowers and stuff. I gotta think about it. I really gotta think about this because the kind of door that I use is gonna matter a lot here. The wooden doors don't look that great against the black wall on the outside, so I might actually do something like this verdant gate instead, just to kind of create some kind of visual variety here without it being too stuffy. There we go. Alright, back to the first floor. Let's see how this goes. Alright, we'll start off with the floor. So, foundation's gonna be probably the hardest part to figure out. I could go with something like a treasury flooring. And the treasury flooring does have different looks to it, so I could go with like a green. But we already have kind of a green tower, so not really sold on that idea. I'll think about it. I'll think a little more about it, actually. Consider it. So I could just keep the center looking like this, and then maybe on the sides here we'll use a different flooring or a different panel. This one, like, I'm pretty sure this is like, what, the Castlevania one? Doesn't look terrible, but I think we could do a little better than that. So like this solid gray here, the outside, keeping that looking very solid. It kind of makes the center pop out a little bit more. I probably want to add like a fountain or something here just to create a little bit more visual stimulation of some kind. So maybe I'll put one right here. I'm trying to figure out what side I want this to be on. I don't really know. I wish that you could I don't know, I kind of wish you had more rotation options for the fountain. Because, like, I think having just 4 directions is not enough for a circular object, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm nitpicking, I'm not really sure. You let me know what you guys think. Okay, so we got this set up. Got a little fountain in the center. I guess I could do some. Well, you know what? I changed my mind. I changed my mind on this. I might do something like this upstairs, but I think down here I need to have like grass tiles. So I think I'm gonna go with something like this. Or I could go with something like, I guess I could go with the invisible foundation flooring, huh? But it kind of opens up the rooftop a little bit, because now it's like all foggy in here. And I'm not really sure if that's what I want to go for. Something tells me it's not, so let's go with this instead for now. Yeah, we'll close it up. It does look cool, but I don't know about that. And then we can put... I guess I could have put like an indoor fence or something. I don't know. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to execute it just yet. But I do want to use that treasury floor for something, and I like this, maybe. Go with the green. And maybe this green could be a little brighter or darker. I think like this dead looking green isn't terrible, but the dark foresty green is probably the best one to match this biome. So I'm gonna go with that. We're also gonna change the walls out to be something completely different. So I think in this case, I'm gonna use a lighter wallpaper, maybe something like the stately stone walls in this case. Thinking about it. Because it's okay if I use it with like a little bit of brown staircase, I think it'll look fine. Doesn't look too bad with that. We're gonna do something a little different here. The reason why I want to use like a light colored wallpaper is so that if I, well, not if, but when I add castle wall vegetation, it should look really, really nice against this. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a well, I guess I'm gonna have to mess with this, but I gotta figure out what kind of setup I want here. Because the walls are the tricky part. Like, if I were to keep... I guess I could add an entrance there, and then have like an entrance on the far side here. And then just put like, I don't know. Where's that? There we go. It's verdant gate or something here. Which looks nice, but... I mean, I did use it on the other side. We'll see. But yeah, I want to be able to see inside there without it being too, messy, I guess. But I also can't use, like, I don't think it's gonna let me place these walls down without problems. So... because I have the stairs. So I think what I'm gonna do here instead is I'm just gonna throw in a fence. This on the corners just to kind of, you know, make it look nice. And then we're gonna put in a maybe like a chandelier up here, something. Ooh, it's not gonna work. Want candles? Okay, so the candles do sit above. Hello, Audie. How's it going? I'm doing all right. How about yourself? Welcome to the chat. Also, thank you for the hydrate, Kachikochu. I appreciate it. And I feel like I'm just flying through with the decorating this session. Like, it's like my brain suddenly figured out what it wanted to do. You know, I changed my mind on the color of this floor thing. I think I'm gonna make the innards, or the inner parts, white to match the wall. We're gonna keep it like that and make it consistent. There we go. Okay. I is alright. Eepy, but alright. Just job searching and playing Marvel Rivals. Oh man, that sucks. Not the Marvel Rivals part. I don't know. I never played that game, but the job searching part, that sucks. I know so many people right now who are out of work. It's not even funny. Thank you for the stretch, Epic, and the headpat, Kachikochi. I appreciate that. Thank you. Stretch. Yeah, I don't know. This economy has gone to shit. I feel like I know several people, like, and I don't mean just like people in general looking for like anything. I mean like people with like degrees, certifications, job experience, you know, people who are probably even overqualified for some of these jobs that they're applying for, and they can't seem to get in. Like, I had a friend who did an interview. Well, actually, this is like the second or third time this has happened, where like they'll do an interview with a company, and then the company will just like ghost them. And then they reach out, they're like, hey, what's going on? And then they keep looking at the portal or whatever information they gave them, and then it just randomly updates one day that they weren't even, that they're no longer considering anyone for the position. And I keep telling my friend, I'm like, dude, no one's hiring right now. Like, they're not hiring. Like, and it's like become a meme at this point. Like, I'm literally like, no one's hiring. Like, what? Yeah, the job market, oh my god, I can't read. The job market is absolutely awful. Been at it for months. Been trying to get minimum wage jobs so I can at least consider school. No luck. Damn. Lots of companies are outsourcing because it's cheaper. It's not just the sourcing. I think it's a combination of outsourcing, unstable job market, unstable economy, and I think investors are like looking at, especially the United States where I live, and they're saying, why would we want to do business there? And I know that's, you know, I know there's gonna be people who don't want to hear it, but this is kind of what happens when you treat countries poorly. They don't want to invest in your country, you know? I mean, I can't even blame them. Like, I wouldn't want to invest in me either. Well, not me particularly, but in my country either. Not in the way that, you know. Anyway, TLDR, I personally am looking to leave the country eventually. I'm actually starting that process already. Like, I'm already in the process. Like, I'm working on getting a passport. I'm working on, you know, the first few stages of that. So that's saying something, because I've never had a passport before. It'd be like that sometimes, though, I will say. Let's put down... I can't remember if I can put down castle wall vegetation and a painting. I don't think so, but I'll double check. Oh, you can! Oh, that's so much better! I love this. Okay. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna place down a few paintings. Maybe one over here too. And then we're gonna put down maybe some circular paintings. I wish I could leave the country, go to France, and never look back. Any reason you mentioned France? Like, do you like France? Like, have you ever been there? I've never been to France. Go to where, though? I'm looking to go to Mexico. I don't want to be here. Like, this place is falling apart. They're not taking things seriously, and I don't have patience for it. I'm not gonna wait till I'm 80 years old before the country's fixed, if it ever becomes, you know, fixed. Or gets to the point where I can be like, okay, good, this is a great economy to do business in. Because, like, right now, I don't feel that way. Like, I don't know. It's too much. Like, the uncertainty, the tariffs, the, you know, warmongering, the, you know, the files, you know, a bunch of other stuff happening. I'm not joking. That's pretty fucked up. No, but it's a European country where it's tolerable and can get around without a car. See, that's a big one, Audie. Mexico got its own problems, though. Yes, it's true. They do have their own problems, but I think it also kind of depends on where in Mexico you live, because some areas are a lot nicer than others, and it kind of, you know, it's kind of like that with, like, any country, really. But, I have some family connections to be able to go to Mexico and kind of probably be okay, so it's not like I'm kind of gonna be, like, super alone, if that makes sense. So, because eventually I would like to have, you know, a fully running business that's just able to sustain itself, not worry about all these weird, you know, sudden changes and economic decisions, and, you know, I just want a stable place to, like, make money, you know? Work on stuff, make money, grow my portfolio and whatever the heck I'm working on or doing. I didn't put paintings on this side, what the hell? What did I do on that side? I did a... let's see, pattern. Square, square, oval, square, oval, square. Okay. Hold on, I gotta concentrate on the square, oval, Square. Oval. Square. I guess I could... I don't know what I would put over here. Maybe like I guess I should put like another oval, huh? Let's put another oval here. This one. There we go. Yeah, I just want to be somewhere I can get around. I'm sick of being able to only walk around in the city I live because there's no reliable transportation. I think that is the biggest thing holding back this country, is the lack of infrastructure. Like, if I could go from, you know, one side of the country to the other side of the country in a bullet train, the airlines would be out of business. Like... At least domestic flying, I feel, okay, they wouldn't be out of business, maybe that's an exaggeration, but they would have a competitor. You know, because in other countries, like if you go to Japan, for example, like I've heard stories of like, I've had friends who like travel regularly that tell me like they go to Japan and they're like, yeah, the trains are so fast you can take the train instead of flying and you don't even have to go through a bunch of security nonsense. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, I got there like in 3 hours and it's like super far. And meanwhile I'm like looking at like the actual distance and I'm like, damn, lobbying is just too heavy. I think lobbying is part of the problem, but it's not the... I think it's definitely a huge problem. I would say maybe even the most important problem we're dealing with. But I think the other problem is the fact that we just don't have the political will. Even if we didn't have the lobbying, I feel like we just don't have the political will to do it, to go in there and just create like a reliable transportation system that doesn't look like absolute dog shit. And trust me, I know what dog shit looks like. I'm a dog. So, you know, just saying. Just saying. It's just tiring, you know? Like, I don't want to have to walk everywhere. Like, I'd rather walk everywhere and have like a healthier lifestyle just walking around in like even if it's like a smaller town, than have to like, you know, oh, I gotta drive here and drive there and drive here, and then you're sitting in traffic for like hours. It's terrible. It's bad for your health, bad for your mental, and bad for the environment. Why the fuck would I want to do that? You know? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, these people are holding us back. A country is being held back by a bunch of crazies, and it's not working out. And that's with any administration at this point. Doesn't really matter which, because they're all failing us. They're all failing us. I think I'm gonna use a different castle vegetation in the center here. I want to change my mind here a little bit. I changed my mind. Let's go with this. I'm gonna go with an ivy instead. That was a mistake. That is not what I wanted. There we go. There we go. So we got this going. Not sure exactly what I would put here. I'm gonna have to figure that out. And I think I want to work on the inside here, so I'm gonna do a few things. I'm gonna put down some garden planters, maybe. I've been having a lot of fun putting these kinds of planters in the corners lately, like just, you know, varying heights, stuff like that. I think I'm gonna do something like this. Maybe put this down the center here. And I'll do the same thing on this side. Then get the other two sides done. Let's see. I know what dog shit is. I'm a dog is the funniest thing I've heard all night. I mean, I have no other way to really describe it. It's literally like, it's dog shit. Like, you can't, like, if you need to go somewhere, it's an operation to get there. It's not a, oh, I'm gonna take a train. It's not a, oh, I'm gonna just take the bus. Depending on where you live, you might not even have a bus. There's like no public transportation unless you're like disabled or something. And even then it's unreliable. Like, crazy. You know, it's 2025 and you're telling me we don't have a single like bullet train in the country that's like actively working or functioning or like even, I don't know. It's silly. It's silly, frustrating, and annoying. and expensive because we keep dragging our feet. You know, one moment we have funding, the next moment we don't. Oh, we're gonna take the funding away suddenly because the administration changed, and then, you know, it just puts a wrench in all the projects, and it just kills investment, you know? Because here's the thing, whenever these projects are like kind of conceived and people say, okay, we're gonna put a train from town A to town B, people who want to build up, or maybe, you know, developers who want to make like businesses, or they want to create housing and stuff, but they want to create them around like the train stations, they can't even do that because it's so like chaotic. It's like, do we have funding or not? Are we actually building this thing or not? Oh, is it done? No, we're like 10 years behind schedule. Why is that? You know, and you're just leaving people in the dust, and so people they lose confidence, and then they don't want to invest in the cities and infrastructure. They don't want to invest in the infrastructure around the infrastructure. So it's like, it's dumb. It's dumb. It's like zero planning, no cohesion to the plan. People are just all over the place, and then you just don't have the political will to follow up and get it done because people, you know, like I'm gonna be real. There's a stigma in the United States, especially with older generations. I don't think this is really a thing as much with like the younger peeps, because most of us, well, I'm gonna say many of us younger peeps cannot afford a car. That is actually prohibitively expensive now. I'm sorry, but I can't buy that, you know, $50,000, $60,000 car that's overpriced and marked up by at least 40%. I can't do it, you know? It's like, why would I do that? I'd rather live in a place where I don't need a vehicle, right? And I think a lot of people are starting to wake up to that, and they're saying, you know, I don't think it's a good idea to be car-centric anymore. Like, a lot of these suburbs and stuff, and some of these like really, really small towns are just dying, because people will leave in search of better opportunity elsewhere. You know, why would you stay living in the middle of nowhere in some of these small towns that have zero funding, zero budget, and when these people leave, these professionals leave the area, you know, that's tax revenue they're not getting. So it's a disaster all around. It's a multi-layered problem. It's not even just like a single person can fix this. Like, this literally has to be like on the forefront of the country's mind in order to fix this. Like, you can't fix this without deliberately going out of your way to fix it. It's that bad. Oh, hi, I just woke up. You just woke up? Welcome back, Red Snow. How you doing? Well, I say welcome back because I see you a lot in the chat, but hello. I'm talking about infrastructure and why I'm angry about infrastructure. Let's see. Here in the US, we get bad buses and questionable trains. Yeah. And you know what, another thing too is that the passenger trains, why are the passenger trains not prioritized over cargo trains? Like, what is that about? Like, why are we doing this to ourselves? Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like we're just failing on every level. And there's different ways we can go about it, but the fact that we're choosing not to do anything, at least in the foreseeable future, is criminal in my opinion. And I don't want to wait. You know, I look at what's going on in Mexico right now. They're over there building trains and shit, and I'm like, why isn't my country building trains and shit? Why can't I have that? You know? I see some common sense happening over there, and I'm like, well, shit, maybe I should move to Mexico. You know, I was on the fence at first, but the more I look into it, the more research I do, you know, and also kind of learning the language a little bit more and more as time goes on, it's gonna be an easier and easier decision as the time gets closer, I feel like. The only thing is I have to go over there now in person to check it out and see if I like it. Because if I do like it over there, I might actually choose to, like, you know, start doing the temporary resident visa, and then trying to get a permanent resident visa, and then, you know, working. I forget exactly the steps, but there's a lot of steps. But it's still an easier process than the United States, which is ironic. Because, you know, we complain so much about bureaucratic bullshit, but we're the country that does the bureaucratic bullshit. I don't. Crazy. Yeah, the city I live in, there's nothing, not even a bus. See, this is what I'm talking about. I seriously worry about the trains. Another city just installed a train about a year ago and it already looks like it is over 70 years old. What the fuck? That's scary. Like, are they like not maintaining it maybe? That's frightening. What the hell? Oh my god. God, I don't want to, ugh. I can only imagine. And not, you know, not only that, but we also have situations like what happened in East Palestine where like the train derailed and it was basically a nuclear bomb, as if it just like went off in the middle of the town. And those people are still sick. They're still not compensated. And lawmakers are not stepping in to help. The EPA is useless. And let's just say that certain people in power have no incentive to help these people. They're very sick. Those people are very, and there was another incident where a battery plant over in Cali, they had a big fire a few months ago, and the people in that area are sick. They were poisoned by that. And the fucked up part is people are now wondering, why is this battery plant even here? When this is a place like, this is like, it's literally, it happened in our country's salad bowl, essentially, because that area is known for growing things like lettuce. So if you have a farming district, you don't want to have a battery plant next to a farming district where if it explodes or goes off in flames, suddenly all the produce is bad. All of the, like, that's stupid. That is actually fucking stupid. Like who does that? That's like, bro, that's like putting a nuclear power plant next to a like elementary school. Why would you do that? That's fucking dumb. Like, you don't do that, man. Makes no sense. Looks bad and run down. The tracks are rusted. See, that's another thing. If the tracks are in bad shape, that's very dangerous as well, you know? But I'm just tired of this shit happening all over the country. Like, I don't want to stick around for the next chemical spill or the next explosion or battery plant, battery plant fire or data center that goes in and just completely poisons the people of that area. I don't want to be another victim of that. I don't want anything to do with it, so I just want to get the hell out of here, honestly. You know, I'm like convinced that people with lots of money, and when I say lots of money, I'm not talking about like people who make like millions of dollars. I'm talking about the billionaires, like the crazy, like the people who have so much wealth that like you can't even fathom how rich they are. Those people, I'm convinced they're trying to kill us. They don't need us anymore. They see the AI. Look, I'm not here trying to be all preachy, but I'm gonna be honest, guys. It's a little scary, okay? I'm a little freaked out. But I'm convinced that they're trying to get this AI shit going so that they can replace all of us and then kill us slowly with the environmental pollution. I think that's the goal. Seriously. I think that is the goal, the end goal. Let's see. Wait, I already read that. It looks bad. Oh, I read that too. I love when I like try to read things twice and I'm like, wait a second, you look familiar. Oh my god. I'm not really sure what I want to do here. You seeing the writing on the wall? Yeah, it's very obvious to me. I look at this and I'm like, they're trying to kill us. Think about it. We live in a country where we're allegedly, supposedly the richest country in the world, but we have a population of people who are so poor that like we can't even like keep a roof over our heads, and you're telling me that they're not trying to kill us? That is violence. You know, when someone gets evicted from their place, that is violence. Like, people don't see it that way, but it is. It's capital. It's violence through capitalism, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm seeing things a little different, but I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of living in a world where my life doesn't matter because other people want to make money. I don't like it. I live in an I-95 city that doesn't require me to own a vehicle, but if I need to leave, I can't use public transit once I get to my destination. Yeah, that's bullshit. This isn't a problem in other countries. Yep. See, Redstone knows. He's traveled. He's a well-traveled guy. He knows. We are the richest country in the world, but yet somehow can't afford universal healthcare, and we just gave Argentina 40 billion USD just because. That's another thing. We're just investing everywhere except here. I'm convinced they're trying to kill us. I think they're trying to loot the- I think these people are trying to loot the treasury, bankrupt the country, and kill us all. I can't think of another, like, conclusion as to why this would even be happening in the first place. It's that bad. Like, no one can look at this and say, yeah, that's a humane situation. We have money for war, we have money for other countries, we have money for this and that, but we don't have money to feed our people. We don't have money to whatever. Like, what the fuck? And then we have some other problems too, like some other residual problems. You know, I don't really talk about it a lot on the channel, but I guess I can mention this. Hold on, I'm taking a sip. Something I don't really mention a lot, but it is a factor, is that for me, you know, I do not have white skin. So when I go places, there's always that fear in the back of my mind when I see the police that they're gonna pull me over and just shoot me for no reason. And I know people are gonna think, oh, that's an exaggeration. No, shut the fuck up, it's not an exaggeration. I'm sorry, it's not. I've seen it happen too many times to say that it's just a few bad apples here or there, and I know people are gonna get upset, you know, hearing that. I get it, you know, I can only speak for what I, you know, am currently, you know, living through and experiencing as an observer of the world and in my corner of the world, right? It might be different in your country depending on where you are, or your city depending on where you are, but I think that's another factor for me. I don't want to be in a situation where, you know, I'm driving to like Taco Bell or something and then suddenly ICE pops out and decides to bust my skull open even though I'm a citizen. Oh, you can't be a citizen? You look like a non-citizen. And you know what that means. That means, you know, I look sus somehow, you know? That's the kind of behavior and thing I just cannot tolerate. Because if I do, you know, that's how people start to get killed. You know, you can't let these people get away with this kind of shit. It's insane. So I'm leaving. That is my plan. I decided, you know what? It's not worth it. It's too dangerous for me to be here. I don't want to go through that. I've had situations. I've told this story on the channel before, but one time I went food shopping with my mom, and she has a very thick accent. And let's just say we met with some very racist people who basically told her to go back to her own country. There's one problem with that, and it's not the fact that they told her that, guys. That's not the problem. The problem is she's Puerto Rican. You can't say that to a Puerto Rican, because Puerto Rico is a US territory. And I've seen how they treat Puerto Rico. Another reason why I want to leave the United States. I see how they treat us. I know better than to stay. At least if I mean, at least if I go to Mexico, I won't stand out necessarily. I can't get this to align for some reason. What am I doing wrong? Hold up. What the fuck? Hold on, I'm doing something wrong here. Let me move this over. Let me read the chat. It's not, they even detain people just cause I'm white, so it wasn't racially involved, but I was literally just walking home and got detained for no real reason. What the fuck? I hate that shit. See, this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. It starts with, oh, we're just going after criminals. They'll say that, right? And then they'll detain people who are just living their life. You know, it's like, you know, I don't know, man. Especially this administration, they were given the mandate to do one thing and they just went so far overboard that they're unpopular now. Like, how do you fuck up that bad? Where like people say, okay, get rid of the criminals. They go in and they kill, sorry, they are killing people, but that's, you know, another discussion. And instead of like doing the job that they were mandated to do, they're going above and beyond and cracking skulls in ways that is completely and totally inappropriate. You know, and then you have like no accountability. Like, I can only imagine how much money the government is gonna have to pay out to people who decide to sue the shit out of them for damages. You know? It's criminal. Saw something similar the other day. Saw an article about ICE almost deporting a Native American woman. I saw that too. Yeah, I don't know why they even decided to, like, her tribe had to come and like get her, essentially. Like, her tribe had to come to her rescue because they were trying to like deport her. She's Native American. If anything, she's more American than I am. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and we're all born here, bro. Like, what do you want me to tell you? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. They're just doing stuff willy-nilly. Like, I have nothing against, like, if you have, like, hardened criminals that you're trying to get out of the country because they're a danger to the public, you know, by all means, I get it, right? Good. That is what, you know, they were elected to do. They weren't elected to bash the skulls in of random people who look too brown to be native or to be, like, you know, born here or something, or because they have an accent, or because they speak, you know, Spanish very fluently, especially, or something like that. Or if they speak, here's another one, if they speak French very very fluently and they're black, that's another one, because, you know, a lot of times they'll deport people from Haiti. That's another one too. So, you know, Haitians have it bad too. It's not just like, it's just the level of complete and total disregard for human life. And then the people cheering it on, I look at them and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, it's not even like an empathy thing at this point. I think it's just a common sense thing. Like, you can't look at this and say, yes, this is for the good of the country. Meanwhile, we're just asking for lawsuits left and right. Like, what happens when each of these lawsuits end up becoming like $2 million lawsuits? Don't you think that's gonna outweigh however much money we saved deporting people, allegedly? Like, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. The numbers, the math ain't mathin'. Okay, the math ain't mathin' for me. It's not working. I have no idea what trees to put here. I'm looking at this and I have absolutely no idea what kind of trees I want to put down. I'm kind of thinking about putting maybe cypress trees, but I'm kind of on the fence on that. I don't know. I don't know, man. Look at this. Maybe I should remove this. I think I'm gonna remove these and maybe put like little sitting areas or something here. And maybe I'll put, I'm trying to determine what kind of, I have no idea what kind of plant I want to put here, actually. Racists aren't interested in logical thoughts? No. I mean, yeah, that's part of the problem. And I don't think it's the entire issue. I think a lot of it is just people not understanding the full context of the whole situation, like from start to finish, and understanding how much it actually costs us to act and behave in such a nonchalant, indiscriminatory way. Like, it's gonna cost the government millions of dollars to try and settle all of these cases, and I don't even think they're gonna be able to settle all of them. You know, they keep deporting people who are here legally. They're the people who aren't here legally that they are deporting. Some of them don't even realize they're here illegally. You know, some of these people, they live in this country, they think that they're legal. Like, I saw there was this one guy who, he served, you know, the US military, like as a, I forgot what branch of the military it was, but he served, right? And in return for him serving, he was supposed to get citizenship. And he thought he had citizenship for several years, and suddenly he's getting deported at age 50 something. And he's like, what the hell? What do you mean? I'm a citizen. They're like, no, you're not a citizen. And he's like, what? So there's a lot of chicanery happening here, and I think that there's a lot of craziness happening in general that's just completely and totally unacceptable. Like, why are you deporting a veteran if the, you know, like, I don't understand that. So you're telling me that you can send this person off to war and use them for that? Send them to, you know, Afghanistan or some shit to destabilize that country? but even when they do things for the Empire, they can't even like stay in the country after. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's not how you, I don't know. And then on top of that, you had this weird situation with El Salvador where, you know, we're sending people over there who don't even belong in that country for like freaking, you know, we're sending them to hell, essentially, is what we're doing. And it's just disgusting. We're sending them over there. We're basically trying to legalize human trafficking. And it's disgusting. Like, holy shit. And that's another thing this administration this time around has made me realize, that a lot of Americans are just pieces of shit. It's like the administration gave the thumbs up for people to be assholes. Well, that's exactly what happened there, but I also think that we're getting to the point where you're starting to see kind of a shift where some people who used to go along with that train are not. So like, you know, even politicians that I don't ideologically align with are now standing up and saying, yeah, this isn't okay. Like, you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene was one of those people. What was that other guy's name? Crap, I forgot his name. Oh crap! It's the guy that I forgot what state he's from, but he's like a cattle farmer. I think he owns cattle, but I forgot his name. Let's see, is it too much hope for the UN to start cracking down on the US? Yes, it's too much hope. If that was the case, they would have already done it. They have more than enough ample reason to do it. Like, we're not even feeding our people. You know who came to the rescue when government employees were not getting paid? Mutual aid organizations. That's what we should be investing in. Not, you know, oh, I'm gonna send money to this politician here for their party. Fuck that. Send your money to a mutual aid organization and feed someone, okay? Feed someone, clothe someone. There's ones out there that are very good. They do a lot of work, and some of them have a lot and plenty of documentation showing what they do from a day-to-day basis. There is no excuse as to why we should be even thinking about sending money to these corrupt politicians when we have the opportunity to send it for mutual aid, period. Like, it's just a better use of your money, in my opinion. At least you know it's gonna feed someone, clothe someone, you know, keep a roof over someone's head, save someone's life even, potentially, depending on the kind of organization that it is. Hell, maybe you're into animals, you like animals, you know, you have a pet, cat or dog or whatever, and you know, they're your best friend, and you like to donate to, like, you know, organizations. Find a mutual aid organization or animal organization, rescue, that actually does the thing, that does what they say they do the job. You know, rescue the animals, keep them clean, keep them fed, do something like that. I can't tell people how to spend their money, but that's probably a much better use of people's money. But yeah, I don't think the UN's gonna do shit. The UN is a joke. The UN can't even, like, they can't even get their shit together. I have no hope for the UN doing anything, especially because a lot of the members of that organization, they have their hands tied with, you know, the US, essentially. They're not able to fully flex what is right. And I think if you can't even do that, you serve no purpose and shouldn't exist as an organization. If you are functionally useless, why are you there? That's all I'm saying. I have no idea what kind of plant I want to eat. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. I think what I am gonna do, I'm gonna take some cypress trees. Oh, that's right, the floor above. What's up here? Oh shit, it's a staircase. I can't do anything there. Okay. Damn, and I'm guessing this is also a staircase up here. Yep, fuck me. I didn't think this far ahead. That's okay. Okay, we're gonna use a different kind of planter then, because that's not gonna work. We're not gonna use trees. What I am gonna do though is I'm gonna take this garden planter, like this one, and I'm gonna put up I'm gonna go with like the swirlies, maybe? And maybe a couple of pointy thingies like this. And then a little bush. Actually, this one might be better. Maybe a little color wouldn't hurt. With the little rose bush. Yeah, I think this looks better. And then I'll just, I don't know. I have to figure out what I want to do here. Because I could also change the flooring here. Because I was thinking about changing this to something like this. On the corners. That could be good. And then maybe I could do another couple over here as well. The UN can't do anything to the Security Council members. So it's a scam, is what you're saying. Useless. Honestly, I really hate to say this, but I really don't have hope in the US anymore. I'm just here because I can't leave. I'm fully aware that we are going to hell and there's no escape. Well, what I would recommend is maybe, I don't know where you live, but maybe look around your area and see if there's like a mutual aid organization you can help and participate with. Because even now, while you're unemployed, it might not be a bad idea to, you know, look for resources to help out so that if you fall on hard times, you already know where to go to get help. Because we're gonna be in a situation where I think there's gonna be lots of people starving. Like, seriously. Like, we have no food security in this country. So that's a big one. So I would recommend maybe doing that. Find a mutual aid organization, you know, and also it's good for your mental too, because then you can, you know, maybe if they're really close by, you can go over there, help them out. Maybe, you know, when I say mutual aid, I'm talking about things like, you know, it could be like a soup kitchen or like some kind of food pantry, or maybe it's an organization that helps, you know, people who are exiting the prison industrial complex. Or maybe it's something like I don't know, like maybe, let's say you're a barber, right? Like maybe you have the skill of being able to cut people's hair. Maybe that's your thing. Do some free haircuts, something, you know? It like, a little bit goes a long way. Like, even if you don't think it's not gonna do anything, you know, it helps. It helps, I'm telling you, like, because maybe giving that one person, or that one homeless person, they don't have to be homeless, but maybe giving someone a free haircut is the difference between them landing a job and not. You know, maybe that's the difference between, you know, whether or not they get help because they just look more professional or something. Who knows? So, and don't be afraid to reach out to organizations that are, you know, maybe something you're not familiar with. Because, like, I saw that there was this girl, I didn't see the whole video, but I saw that there was this girl on TikTok who apparently called up a bunch of churches saying that she was out of baby formula and that she needed help. And out of the, I think she called like a ton, like I forget exactly how many she called. She called quite a few of them, and only like a few of them offered to help. Like, this is the kind of stuff we need to be looking into with a microscope. Like, are we actually helping people, or what's going on here? You know? That's why I keep saying mutual aid, mutual aid, mutual aid, because when shit hits the floor, like, kind of like when North Carolina had all that flooding last year, or last October, some of those people are still homeless. FEMA didn't do shit. Government didn't do shit. People are stranded, they can't even get help, and they're homeless. And now there's roaming families who just don't have a house. They live in a car with their kids. I mean, what kind of hellscape are we living in here? Like, this is, I mean, criminal. You telling me we can send money to all these other countries and we can't even feed our people? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with us? I have no idea what color thing I want to use here. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on whether or not I like this. You know what? I think I'm going to remove this. I am going to put down like a little table or something, because I just don't like the way this looks at all. Hold on. I'm getting distracted. I'm getting heated, and I'm like losing track of what I was saying, but I hope that makes sense, guys. I'm giving a few months before people start starving, sadly. Once people have to renew their SNAP because of their new requirements. Okay, so here's another thing I don't understand. Why are you having people who are already on SNAP renew SNAP? Like, they're saying that it's to weed out frauds, right? Like, they're saying, it's to weed out fraudulent stuff. Do you know how hard it is to, like, commit fraud in that way? Like, to be able to, like, lie and get, like, food stamps and stuff like it? Like, there's a penalty to that. Most people are not going to do that, you know? So I don't really, and when I say penalty, I mean like jail time. Like prison time for lying about that. Like, most people are not going to commit fraud in that way. Okay, I'm sorry, it's just the truth. And people are like hell-bent, or at least this current administration is hell-bent on the idea that everyone's trying to, you know, be fraudsters. And I'm just sitting here looking at this like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What do you mean? You're saying we're trying to be fraudsters? You're the fraudsters. You're over here saying you're gonna, you know, lift people out of poverty, that, we're gonna bring healthcare down. Like, Donald Trump was like, yeah, we're gonna give everyone healthcare. Yeah, we'll see how far that goes. He can't even, you know, give us SNAP. How the fuck is he supposed to give us healthcare? The fuck? This guy's out of his mind. And even with California, with the fire, many people are still in the shits from that. Yup. YouTuber called Bitwit is still struggling with his house because insurance isn't helping. So he is now in a very small apartment while his home is completely gone. Oh, that's devastating. Yeah, that's another thing too. There was a lot of chicanery happening where like some of these insurance companies were like canceling plans right before the fire happened. And, you know, maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like that's not a mistake. I'm just gonna say the quiet part out loud. This could have potentially been a manufactured issue. Not really sure. Not really sure, not gonna lie, but still very suspicious nonetheless. Okay, let's get this going. I don't know if I like these little lamps on the side. I might choose something else. I have to think about it. I'm not really liking this. I think I'm gonna put down I'm having a hard time choosing what kind of light I want to use in this corner. Let's see. Yeah, the fact that like insurance is not helping and this and that, like what they're doing is they're hoping that they won't fight them in court. That's what they're hoping. They're hoping that people are too, you know, they're too busy with the strain of not having a home that they won't be able to have the capacity to fight them in court. That's what it is. They're banking on this. And unfortunately, for a lot of these people, they're right. And, you know, cue in the mutual aid organizations. There's organizations out there who provide legal services for people. That's another thing. So I don't know about that particular person's situation, but I'm curious if they've reached out to any potential mutual aid organizations that will provide legal services for situations like this, because they do exist around the country. They do exist. So, something to consider. But, I don't know. In my state next summer, we will be facing extreme drought and are preparing to see a lot of 120 plus degree Fahrenheit weather. Holy shit. That's scary. Jesus Christ. I mean, how can we look at this and be like, yes, this is fine? Like, what the fuck? Like, how, like, seriously, how do we look at this and say, yes, this is totally acceptable. We should accept this. We should just roll over and die. Like, why? This is unbelievable, dude. Like, and then now you have people who, this is the thing that gets me too, is that people say, oh, well, if you don't like it here, just move to another state. And then they move to a state like Florida, and then they can't get their house insured. Yeah, okay. It's a fucking shit show. Like, no matter where you go in the country, there's gonna be major problems everywhere you go. It's so bad. You know, I remember the last time I went to, like, New Jersey, for example, and I remember thinking to myself, holy crap, this state stinks. Like, it just, like, I was getting out of, like, Newark Airport, this was like years ago. I was getting out of Newark Airport and it just stunk. Like the air was just disgusting. Like it just smelled like, it was like smog city. The whole thing was disgusting. I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of pollution. Like I was like, bleh, like that is vile. Like, ugh. So I don't know, things like that, you know, they're trying to kill us. I'm telling you guys, they're trying to kill us. This is not a conspiracy. This is not a, you know, a false flag. No, they're trying to kill us. Just accept it. Just accept that that's what they're trying to do, and we can start to fix the problems. That's what we gotta do. I'm being dead serious right now. Protect yourself, okay? Keep yourself safe. Keep your family safe. Keep your, you know, keep in touch with your neighbors. When was the last time you check on your neighbor, ask them how they're doing? You know, you haven't seen that neighbor in a while. What's going on? They okay? You know, stuff to think about. Mutual aid. That's all I'm gonna say. Mutual aid. Every time someone says there's a problem, that's what I'm thinking. Mutual aid. Because it's that important. We have to create systems outside of the government to help sustain and keep people alive, because the government is actively working against us in every way possible, on every level. Whether it be as a, whether it be through business, if you're a small business especially, they don't care about you. They pretend they do, but then they put tariffs down and you're just like, man, I can't even innovate because I can't, you know, get these materials that I need because we don't produce them in the United States or whatever. You know, it's pretty criminal, really, the way that this whole thing works out. It's very, tasteless. Let's see. The government doesn't care. We can die for all they care. They just see it as a way to get money because the electric bills will be through the roof. Yep. That's another problem. Like, come on, man. See, thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for the headpat, Epic. Thank you for the hydrate, Catchy Coaching, and thank you for the stretch. You read your curse. I appreciate it. Yeah, sorry to get all ranty, guys, but like, it's hard to even like sit here casually and just kind of, you know, enjoy whatever it is that I'm doing when in the back of my mind, it's a shit show. Like, and it's not even like I'm speaking hypothetically as if these things could happen. These things are actively happening, even to people like me. So I can't imagine. And when I say even, I don't mean like I wouldn't expect it to happen to me, but I'm just saying like we out here fighting, man. We dealing with some shit. You know, I'm currently dealing with my own shit. Dealing with some health problems, dealing with issues where insurance doesn't want to pay. I'm looking at, you know, the problems that come with that, and I'm like, holy shit, I might not be able to afford this. You know, it's a scary thing, and I don't want to live in a country where, you know, going to the hospital will bankrupt me. It's not fair. Fuck that. They want to bankrupt someone, bankrupt, you know, companies that don't deserve to be operating. How about that? You know, like, the car companies that decided to, invest that money overseas instead of, you know, uplifting, you know, the people who kept the companies running while they were basically facing bankruptcy. Now look, these people, they sucked up all the money, they did all these stock buybacks and all this other random shit that they didn't need to do. And, you know, now they're like, oh, the tariffs are killing us. Wah. It's like, bro, you're uncompetitive. That's why you have tariffs in the first place. You're uncompetitive. You know, we see other countries like China making these like electric vehicles, and, you know, people say, oh, well, the quality's not that great or whatever. Forget the quality, look at the price. Even if the quality is not amazing, we're not getting much better here in the States. So I don't really get that argument. Like, oh, well, the quality is not good because X, Y, Z. It's like, how do you know the quality is not good? There's a 200% tariff on that shit. You'll never know if it's good. Let's see. Hard to be positive when your country wants you dead or barely surviving and now is a fascist country. We've been fascists for a very long time. This is not a new phenomenon. This is something that's been going on. I think the thing that tipped us over was the Patriot Act. I think once they passed the Patriot Act, like, it's been over since then. I think that was like the beginning of the end for us, honestly. That was a big fuck up, in my opinion. I have no idea what I want to put here. I gotta think a little bit more about these like side tables and stuff because I don't know. Can I put another light here? This seems a little... Okay, maybe I can move this forward. Hold on, I might have to experiment a little bit with some lighting because this looks so dark for like no reason. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that and then move this over. Oh, it's too far. There we go. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. I'll take... Well, Is it though? Is it actually better? No, I don't really like the way this layout looks. I think I'm gonna keep it how it was. Just kind of scrunch it into one spot. We'll tightly pack it. I think they're too far apart. There we go. Then push this back. Perfect. Cool, so that's done, but I think I need better lighting. We're becoming irrelevant and quickly. There's only a small handful of companies that make us relevant, like Amazon, but that's it. Companies that made us relevant have become irrelevant, like Ford. I mean, the only thing that's making us relevant, if at all, is the tech sector, I would say, and the military-industrial complex. Other than that, and even then, we're falling behind in some ways in tech because we're not utilizing tech with utility in mind. We're utilizing tech with profit in mind, which is dumb. So I don't know. It's just a lot of really bad shit happening, and it's hard to like wake up every day and just be like, yeah, everything is great. Like, it just doesn't feel good, you know? It's like, I wake up with a bad taste in my mouth. Every day it's something in the news. Oh, this thing happened, or that thing happened, or oh, look, ICE did this, or this person got shot because XYZ, or it's always something, you know? And then I laugh when people say, oh, well, how can you move to Mexico? Mexico is so dangerous. I'm like, have you been to the United States? Like, I live here. I know it's dangerous here. What are you talking about? You know? Like, I always laugh when I hear that because it's like there's no self-awareness, you know? Like, sometimes you just gotta recognize that there's a problem at home and you have to, like, I don't know, admit there's a problem and then course correct. It's not that hard, but we just don't have the political will or the people in the right places to be able to do that right now. And I don't want to wait for that. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old. Well, sorry, 2,080 years old. I'm not trying to be 2,080 years old before this shit happens. Like, I don't have... Like, no. I'm not gonna wait that long. It's ridiculous. I shouldn't have to. And I don't want to waste the rest of my life wishing I had left. You know? We're already dealing with the depression conditions. We're gonna end up in the Great Depression 2.0. People are going to be scrambling. It's going to be worse than the 2008 financial crisis. And we are going to further decrease our credit rating with whatever organization that is that brought us down from like the... I think we had like... What was it? Like a AAA rating, and now we're like a AA rating. So I forget exactly the name of that Bureau of whatever the fuck. Okay, that's a big deal, actually, because... people don't want to invest in this country because it's too risky. That's when everything starts to spiral. And right now, I can see why. I don't know. I look at this and I still feel like there's something missing here. Like, there needs to be something else, but I don't know what. I can't seem to figure it out. I don't know. Something about this room just feels a little too empty. And I think it's because there's just not... I think I might need to plant something, like maybe like some little flowers or something. Let's go with like little dirt mounds. Actually, let's do like a group of 3. We'll do that. There we go. And let's see if I can get it on this side too.
You've entrusted me with these souls. I shall guide them to the underworld.
Ban and play stuff, thank you so much for the raid. Holy crap, a second raid? Is that even possible? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. And not even military now, a lot of European countries are trying to catch up. That's fair, that's a fair assessment, Adi. Hello, raiders! Welcome, welcome! What were you up to? How was your stream? How did it go? What were you up to? What game did you play a game or did you do like some just chatting? What were you up to? How goes V Rising tonight? V Rising's going well. Oh wait, hold on. I think I recognize you. Didn't I raid you the other day or something? Or hold on, you look familiar. I'm like, wait a second. Oh, last week. Okay, yeah. I was like, hold on a second, because I'm like looking at the emotes. I'm like, wait a second. I think that looks familiar. Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm over here decorating. I've made quite a few changes to this castle. You know what? I think this is a good place to like stop and just walk around and just kind of look at what we did. So actually, I'll give you a tour, a quick tour, so you guys can check it out. By the way, you know, I guess I'll introduce myself for all the new peeps. And by the way, Fanon, if you need to, you know, do your after stream care, I totally get it. So feel free to do that. What the hell? Oh, can I not teleport there? What's going on? Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to walk back for whatever reason. I could have maybe clicked on a bad spot. Oh boy. Let's see, he was getting utterly bullied by bosses tonight down in Silverlight. Oh, Silverlight sucks, man. You go in there and they just whack you. Oh my god. Alright, so this is my library build, right? Actually, let me introduce myself because I didn't do all that, but for anyone who's new here, in case you don't know, my name is Xolo Q. I'm a Xoloites Quintly, Reaper, and Guide to the Underworld. I stream 3 times a week on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. I also make YouTube videos. I make a lot of guides on V Rising. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, feel free to go check out my YouTube channel as well. I have a ton of V Rising content on there. I have guides, build tutorials, tips and tricks, castle tours, a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm more of a PvE player. I'm more of a builder in this game. I don't typically oh, that elemental. Oh, I know what you're talking about. What's her name? Hold on, let me see if I can. Are you talking about? Hold on, let me find her. Yeah, this one, Merwin. Oh my god. Merwin is definitely not the easiest, I would say. You just gotta have the right spells and the right timing. You gotta be really careful. I struggle with her, and I struggle with, I think Adam is also a terrible fight for me. I hate that guy. I hate him so much. He's terrible. Oh. But yeah, it's pretty brutal. But yeah, so that's all about me, but I'll give a quick tour. I'm actually gonna be wrapping up the stream in like another 10 minutes or so, but I'll give a quick tour of my build because, you know, I got pretty far today. So this is a library build in progress. Right now, this opening area is kind of like a little entrance where you can check out your, well, you can check in your horses, you can put them in the stall. I have to come back here and add some like clutter items, like I did here, like over here. This is done, right? And I have like my little stall area, so that's looking pretty good. And of course I need to also, well, I'll show you. So this is the entrance to the library. You go in, you have a bunch of like couches and stuff, you know, some places to sit down and just read a good book. You also have the front desk area where you can check out a book, but if you're here to drop off, you can just drop off your book over here and it'll be deposited in one of these thingies to be returned back to the library. If we go upstairs of this, you know, same building, we also have a study area, a quiet area, so if you need to do a little bit of studying, you found a really good book and you don't want to be disturbed, this is the place to go. We also have a printing area, so if you need to print out something, we got you, okay? You're covered. We also have this area up here where we have like a little cozy lounge area with one of my favorite items. I absolutely love the mushroom terrarium. I'm obsessed with this item, and you can't tell me it's not a good item. I love it, it's cute. But yeah, I have a bunch of books out here, a little lounge area that people can just sit in, relax, enjoy. And then of course we have a little private room that people can rent out. So if you have a book club or something, you can kind of rent this out and have your vampire friends in here. Let's see, what else did we get done? The next building, let me go back over here. So actually I'm gonna go across and go to the alchemy building. So I have another building where it's like alchemy labs and stuff like that. So this building, so this is the third floor. So this building here has pretty much all the supplies and stuff you would need for any kind of major alchemy lab or any kind of experiments you want to do. It's a nice environment that's quiet and peaceful. You can rent out equipment if you need to from the library of the Cursed Forest. We also have a beautiful entrance here with a bunch of window walls, or I guess you could say door walls, with of course our favorite specimens in their little tubes. If we go down here, well, I'm trying to imagine what a vampire book club would be reading. You know, I never thought of that, but that's a good point. I never really thought much of it. So this is another area where if you need to maybe get certain types of equipment, or you know, certain kinds of potions or something, you can get your flasks and other things up here. We also have some books. All right, so this is like kind of like a little supply area. We go downstairs, and on this floor we have some blood presses, we have some alchemy tables, and of course we have the bigger blood presses with some fish storage in case you need fish for any reason. And of course we have a little seating area that, you know, if you want to sit down and read a good book, maybe you're taking a break or you're waiting for something to heat up or to cool off, depending on what you're working on at the alchemy table, you can you know, take a little seat and enjoy your time. Probably whatever the polar opposite of Twilight would be. Yeah, maybe so yeah, this tower is done. I was currently working on a botany tower, so this tower is gonna have a lot of plants and stuff. This first floor isn't really that impressive. I'm kind of working right now on trying to get some nice little flowers and stuff set up in here. I'm gonna keep it nice, simple, and classy, with maybe some storage containers and stuff on the walls, but I wanted the first floor to be kind of engulfed by vines. So we're starting off with that, kind of. When we go up here, this layout, I still need to work on, still need to figure out exactly how I'm gonna do all this stuff, but I do plan on having like a little seating area here so people can just like see people coming up the stairs, and that's gonna be nice. It's gonna be interesting. Love the idea of floating candles above the water fountain. Yeah, it definitely brights up that area for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have done so far. This is a massive build. And I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. There's a lot of work that needs to be done still. There is another area that's like the forbidden part of the library. So basically, if you want to take out a book that's like a forbidden book, you'd have to go all the way over here to do it. Let me just travel to it real quick. So this is the do not go in here zone. We have an Athenaeum in here. I've been experimenting with staircase layouts in this room or in this tower, but this is like the no one touches these books because they're really old area. So this is like the fragile books that are probably cursed and you probably shouldn't be reading them, wink wink. And then you have the, you know, kind of nice little walkthrough area here. I probably put like a statue or something back here. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm gonna, you know, coordinate this and work that out. And then of course I have upstairs like a kind of like a nice little lounge area. So this is gonna be probably some kind of lounge or some kind of walk-through library. I might do like a traditional bookshelf layout where like you have a bunch of shelves lined up or something, and then you just kind of walk around it. I'm still in the early planning phases of this particular tower though, and I have two other towers that are still not designed. So like this one, which is, you know, again the botany tower, and then I have another one that's over here, which I have no idea what that purpose is going to be yet. This is incredible looking. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I have a lot of builds, and whenever I finish my builds, I upload them to my Ko-Fi so people can download them for free and just use them themselves. So if, like, okay, so like recently I actually made a seaside restaurant castle. You know what? Maybe I should just show you guys what that looks like. Hold on. You know what? I'm kind of reaching the end of stream, but I kind of want to show you guys real quick for anyone who's like new and hasn't seen this, because I think you might like this. So this is one of my favorite builds. I worked on it as like a seaside restaurant castle, blood, brine, and dine, you know. And this particular build, I actually have a what is it exactly? I have a video showing a castle tour of this particular castle over on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out as well. And the download for this castle is already on my Ko-Fi for free, so anyone can download it and use it as long as you're playing on PC and not PS5, because PS5 doesn't have that capability. Oh, it looks like I already, let's see. Zero. Okay, here we go. So this is my little restaurant castle. It kind of, you know, dropped me off here, but if you look across, this is like in the Oakvale area, so you can see like the little ships on the seaside over here on the beach, and you can see the ocean waves. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. This has to be probably one of my favorite builds I've made recently. You have your little chairs and stuff out here. You have, I mean, I can give a little bit of a tour. I'm not going to show the whole thing because I'm kind of running out of time, but, you know, you have your little lounge area when you first come in. You have, you know, you just check in here. Hey, I'd like to reserve a seat for me and my vampire crew, myself and I. I also have a little office for, you know, the owner of the restaurant, so they can sit here, and if they have any employees that step out of line, of course we have our weapon storage right here ready to go. All right. One of my favorite parts of this castle is the little kitchen area. So I have a bunch of wines. I have a fish storage here. We have a cutting table here, another cutting table here, preparation tables right here and here. And then of course, for the ovens, I used reversed fireplaces. So we have, so like from this angle, it looks like you have two ovens, but they're just fireplaces. But super cool, you know, things like that I really enjoy. And then of course upstairs we have like a little, kind of like a little employee lounge with a bathroom area. So, you know, you have your employee bathroom and, you know, staff room essentially. And then of course we have like, you know, some indoor dining areas and stuff like that. There's more to the castle, but I think that's all I'm going to show you for now. It's too much. It's a really big castle, but you know, like I said, this is definitely one of my favorite builds that I've ever made, and it's just been wonderful. Like, it's just, you know, sometimes when you finish a castle, it's just so satisfying to see how it like turns out when it's done, and it's just like, wow, like, so I don't know, I really love to build in this game. That's kind of my thing. But yeah, anyway, I do have to go though, but I would like to say thank you so much for the raid, Fannin, and also thank you, I don't know if Vin is still around, but thank you so much, Vin, for the raid as well. If you happen to see this, if not, I'll probably message you later and say thank you. But yeah, that was really kind of you guys. And I am going to be coming out with a new V-Rising video tomorrow. It's going to be kind of like another decoration guide. It's going to be out for members only tomorrow, and then on Saturday it'll be out for everyone else, so feel free to go check that out. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by, especially, you know, I know there's some of you who have a hard time catching the stream, but you're still here somehow, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know, that's really kind of you, and you all are awesome. It was great to have someone raid for V Rising. So few people play this game. I don't think it's necessarily too few people, because apparently like 6 million people have downloaded the game now or something like that. That's a lot of people. But let's just say there are seasonal off ramps, like around April or May. We tend to see a big boost in players, because that's when like a lot of these new updates come out, and then afterward it kind of dies slowly, and then around October people pick up the game again because it goes on sale. So, you know, you just gotta know the flow, right? You gotta know the flow. But it happens. It really depends. And yeah, overall I just really like this game too, so I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, there's a lot of people who play it. I wish more people played it, but you know, I can only hope. I just hope that like the stuff that I make out there just helps people, especially like people who struggle with decorating and coming up with ideas and stuff. And also the fact that like people can just download the castles for free, and it just makes that so much easier. I'm convinced at this point, like one of my castles I think has like over 70 downloads or something like that. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was so surprised. And I think people are using it for like roleplay or something. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, this by far is one of the all-time fave games. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I have like way over 3,000 hours in this game. It's crazy. Yeah. Hello, Foxy and Drone. Welcome to the chat. You caught me right at the end of the stream, but thank you so much for stopping by. I know it's super early for you, so I appreciate it. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna do my ending. Hold on, let me check and see the stream streaks before I start rambling and forgetting everything. So if we check out the stream streaks for today, let's see what we got. Spidey Marv has reached a 20 stream streak. Please give them a round of applause. Isekai Dude has also reached a 7 stream streak, so please give them a round of applause. And I believe that is all the stream streaks for today, at least on the Twitch side. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, don't forget to follow the channel. And especially, I highly recommend, I see this all the time, but I highly recommend if you really like this game, you're really into V Rising, you're looking for castle decorating ideas and things like that, I highly recommend checking out my YouTube channel. I post stuff on there all the time, so hopefully that helps people out. Anyway, I'll do my closing announcements. So before I do that, let me double check something. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss any redeems. Yeah, so if you happen to be on Twitch and you happen to have Amazon Prime, don't forget to use your free Prime sub on the channel if you haven't already. And if you haven't, that's totally fine, and you don't want to use it on mine, it's totally fine. Just use it on your favorite streamer, okay? That's totally fine. Just don't let it go to waste, all right? You're already paying for it, you have it, it's part of your thing, just use it, right? It helps a lot. If you're over on the Kick side, you can subscribe and get a channel banner, sorry, a channel badge, exclusive emotes, and I think that's it on the Kick side. And then on the Twitch side, you get those two things, plus you also get an ad-free experience. So that's something super cool. Have a good night. Thanks for the stream. All right, thank you so much, Roxy. Have a good night. Take care. And if you're over on the YouTube side, we also have, like I said, a ton of V Rising content on there. I also have some Nightingale content, so if you're interested in that game as well, I do have a little bit of content for that game on there. And then I also, if you're a member over on the YouTube side, it costs the same amount it costs you to become a, subscriber on Twitch or Kick, but you get slightly more benefits. So in that case, you're able to get access to new videos early, and every month, at least once a month, I try to post out, well, I'm not gonna say try, I do post out a members only video, and right now I have a whole backlog of videos that would be instantly accessible to you if you became a member on the YouTube channel. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. I hope you'll have a wonderful week. Okay, take care. I don't know what my schedule is going to be for next week because of Thanksgiving. I might have to change it a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see. Have a great night then, Xolo. Same to you and all here in chat. Yeah, thank you so much again, Fannin. I appreciate it. And I'm glad that you chose to trust your viewers with me, even if it was only for a fleeting moment. But yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, we'll see what the schedule looks like next week. Keep an eye out for that new video. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, Xolo out.